Marang, still to my left, live at Goal PDX, right here on the corner of, what are we at, 18th and Hawthorne in Southeast Portland. Beautiful Friday. Beautiful Friday.
It's quite nice.
The calm before the storm. You know, I was talking with the homies here. Yesterday for the Mexico game, they had over 100 people pack this beezy.
They said 500.
500 people pack this beezy?
They had from here to the wall.
Viva la Mexico.
Yeah, from the windows to the wall, man. Come on now. We can actually say that because I have windows behind me and a wall over there.
Hey, that does work.
Yeah, see? Huh?
All right. Dude, I can see us. We're live on the YouTubes. We're all good to go. What a happy day.
You're all scattered right now.
I am.
You?
I'm a little all over the place.
Yeah.
Well, I've never like done a live show with
traffic?
Like a dump truck driving by. So the fear being on the corner, at least I will absorb any car that comes barreling into us.
Well, I mean, if it comes that way, I'm diving.
Yeah, you probably make it too.
I'm good. This planter box will save me.
I'll just pour one out for the homies.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
Make sure the hammies are nice and stretched out. Call it good.
Well, we are live here at Goal PDX, like I said, on the corner of 18th and Hawthorne. Come on down. We'll be here all show. Canada will kick off World Cup coverage today at the nooner.
In 2 hours.
In 2 hours. I think I'm going to start drinking before then.
Oh, shocking.
And USA tonight at 6. This place is going to be crazy. I would recommend getting here.
Oh, if you're going to be here, want to be here by like 3:34.
We were talking with the staff, and they were telling us that the Mexico game had such a great turnout, and that game ended around 2 o'clock, and people still showed up, or people stayed until the Korea Czechia game, which was at 7. Mm-hmm. That's 5 hours, baby.
They said they had 500 here from Mexico, and they said they had about 300 still hanging around for that. So that's pretty dope, man.
If you Canadians are out there listening right now, you going to let Mexico show you up in attendance?
I mean, yeah.
Not me, dude. If I'm Canada, I'm coming down here loud and proud. Not letting El Tree get on top of me. Look, I famously claim that Canada's the best team in North America this year.
Yeah, but you famously claim a lot of things.
That is true. Spurs in 3, right?
Yeah, here we go. About that.
That doesn't that's not aging well, Daniel.
No, it's not
aging well. It's not aging well. Did you watch World Cup games yesterday?
A little bit.
The Mexico game was nuts because there was 2 goals and 3 red cards.
It got a little spicy.
A little sideways. The South African dude literally went on a dude's face.
Well, we also had
do that, amigo.
I mean, on the women's side, did you see what happened the other day in USA Brazil?
I didn't see it. Dusty just told me about it.
Brother, it was full-on drag-out nastiness. I was okay.
I guess the Brazilians wanted to fight the Americans.
Pretty much. They were getting dog walks, so they didn't like it.
Have you ever met a Brazilian woman?
Oh, God, yes.
Do not mess.
Yeah.
Do not mess.
Yeah. Brazilian and Peruvian, both in the Air Force. They born in the States, raised in those countries. That's where they were from, but they were military brats. And, both very hot-tempered.
Very hot and tempered.
Just very hot-tempered.
Hot and tempered.
Nope, just hot-tempered.
I'm going to die on the hill of hot and tempered.
I'm going to not.
See, my wife is out of town, so she's not listening right now.
See, I don't care if my soon-to-be wife is in town or out of town. I'm just not going to do that. I'm smarter than that.
Well,
I have a smoke show of fiance. I am not going to screw with that.
How can you have a smoke show if I have a smoke show?
Big clouds.
Speaking of, I smell a cigarette right now.
Around the corner.
Smells delicious.
You'll be drinking and smoking before 10:30. Or to come back and you're just taking a rip off a heater.
Won't even make it back, dude. Woosah. I mean, this is the one opportunity to smoke a cigarette while on the air, because it's not the 50s anymore.
Fair.
Or, I mean, realistically, the 90s. I think Peter Jennings...
Actually, I don't think we can because we're on YouTube.
Is YouTube not allowed smoking?
I don't think we can rip darts on YouTube. Does anybody know?
Dude, I think
I feel like you can't rip darts on YouTube.
I think Peter Jennings was smoking cigarettes doing the nightly news on ABC in the mid-90s. Like Clinton was president, and he was still ripping darts on free television for the world to see. Let
me take a look. Can you smoke cigarettes on YouTube Live? Yes, you can, but it's heavily restricted.
Heavily restricted.
Smoking on camera will likely prevent your stream from being monetized and might lead to age restrictions, content warnings, or account penalties.
Oh. No monetization?
Yep.
Well, I'll definitely get fired for that, so we don't want to do that. Can't have that happen.
Nope. Can't touch that one. That's the money, brother.
That is the money. Text line's already saying I'd love to have Harris ripping darts on TV.
Yeah, no, I don't think we can do that.
You know, I originally went to Washington State to go to the Edward R. Murrow School of
Tobacco?
Communications.
Oh, okay.
Edward R. Murrow, another dude, ripped
darts.
heaters on TV for a very, very long time.
Yeah, if you were super old in news, you used to be able to smoke on air.
It was like I think it was a requirement. I think they were like,
it was
you
probably
have to.
brought to you by insert tobacco, Philip Morris here.
Yeah, it's the Mad Men life, where it was just smoking was cool.
Well,
everybody did.
Not just that. It was like doctors were prescribing cocaine and cigarettes. So
I like the idea. I like the idea of doctor doing hand surgery with two of his hands and just out the side.
Yeah, he's got the mask. He's just hanging out the side of the mask.
Nurse, scalpel.
Yeah.
Can you ash me?
Yeah.
Thank you. He has some code word.
You imagine ripping a dart with an open heart and you just ash in there. You get a little blower. Just don't worry about that.
I wouldn't worry about that at all.
It's character.
And then I watched the Korea game last night.
I did not.
The Korea-Czechia game, which was wild. Czechia scored and went up 1-0, and then it was 2-1. I have the first evidence of a half-full stadium, and that would be in Guadalajara last night.
Well, it sounds like that's not in the USA.
Not a USA problem. Well, I don't know how many South Koreans and Chechens are in Guadalajara. Although I think there are people in countries that will sell their car and sell their house to go to the World Cup.
Did you see the Scots that took over the house?
No.
God, where was it at?
Tell me more.
Let's see. Scots take
Boston.
over house. Was it Boston?
I believe it was Boston.
Yeah, it is awesome. They're out there in full kilt,
Bagpipe and everything.
Bagpipe, shields and crests.
Just living the stereotype.
Yeah, it's a
kilts
Boston
and
restaurant
everything?
is transformed into the Scotland House for the World Cup. In Charlestown's Navy Yard, the Anchor restaurant has been turned into the home base for fans of the Scots, located across the street from the USS Constitution. They're showing every World Cup match and hosting special events. So they're out there. There's video of them out there at 6:30 this morning. Kilt, bagpipes, little fuzzy hat.
Do you think they get in a chant with the Bostonians of bleep the English?
Probably.
And everybody just goes nuts for
Probably. They probably go like, hey, we brought tea to throw in your harbor.
Joe Fisher showed me a video of a guy walking to the Algeria practice in Lawrence, Kansas. This dude's probably 65 years old. And he says, rock, chalk, Algeria, a phrase that has never been spoken in the history of mankind. Rock, chalk, Algeria. So naturally, he sent it to Isaac Ropp.
Yeah.
That better be a primetime drop or I'm going to lose my ass.
Full-on regalia, Scotland flags.
See, I love it, and I wish this country had a little more cultural flair like that. Because we
don't have kilts.
If I do go to Portugal in 2030 for the World Cup to watch a USA game, how do I celebrate? Play country music and make hot dogs?
Yeah.
Is that how we do it?
Yeah.
What do I wear? Jorts? And a big flag shirt?
Some kind of pissed off bald eagle.
Something with an eagle.
Speaking of, I saw one yesterday.
You saw a bald eagle?
Yeah, we got a wildlife wetland preserve right outside the neighborhood, and we were just taking a drive, and I was like, that looks like a big. I'm like, is that? And I look over, and I can just see the big white head on it. I'm like, that's a bald eagle. That's awesome. Just sitting out there, just caw. Yeah, no, just out there doing the damn thing. It was rad.
Majestic creatures.
You can't. That's exactly it. You can't see a bald eagle and not immediately just go 6 to midnight. It's that is America's bird right there.
I'll tell you what, Danny. You know where I lie politically, and you know I've got some issues. But I'll tell you what, dude. Celebrating good old Stars and Stripes, the Estados Unidos. A bald eagle is quite sexy.
Does anybody have a better animal than us?
Does anybody else have animals like we do?
I mean, every country has some kind of animal. I mean, Russia's got a bear.
Oh, that's pretty good. What kind of bear?
Grizzly.
Grizzly's pretty dope.
It's pretty dope. I mean, is a grizzly? Is a grizzly or a brown bear?
I might take the bald eagle over the grizzly. It's because the body is straight brown.
It's the Eurasian brown bear, which is it's a big old bear.
But it's like this beautiful set of brown feathers, and then the cleanest white neck up. Have you ever seen a bald eagle's white hair dirty?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I feel like every time I see them, they're clean.
Algeria has a fennec fox. Argentina has a kind of a nerd bird.
A nerd bird?
A Rufus hornero.
See, I'm going to pull up right now. We've got...
Azerbaijan doubled up. They've got a fish and a flamingo. They've got a or it's not Azerbaijan, Bahamas. Blue marlin and a flamingo.
Dude, I'm rocking flamingos today, man.
Ooh, Bangladesh went triple. They've got a national animal, bird, and fish.
The Big Bear Bald Eagle live nest cam right now
Oh, yeah?
just has... that's not a bald eagle. That's some sort of eagle.
You sure? Is that not a female?
Do females not have the white heads?
I don't know. Brazil's national animal is another bird. Like look at this.
Look, birds are cool and all.
Yeah, I know, but it's like
no.
It's like a little bird.
No. You got to if you're gonna choose a bird, like Australia should have the albatross.
Well, that's
from Red Sewers to under.
No,
Wilbur?
koala.
Oh, a koala.
Koala
Koalas aren't that
in the
cool.
old gum tree. No?
Koalas are filled with venereal diseases,
It's
right?
chlamydia, right?
Yeah.
Like they're the number one producer of it.
Them in old folks' homes.
Yeah, that tracks. Canada, their national animals: the North American beaver,
Okay.
and a Canadian horse.
What's a Canadian horse? What's the difference between a Canadian horse and an American horse?
It probably costs more and works less.
Wow. Did you really just say that? Did you really just take a shot at Canada right there?
Sorry.
Dude, I hope Canada wins 6-0 today. Just to poo-poo all over you.
Colombia's got a cool one, though. The Andean condor, the Andes Mountains.
See, there you go. If you're going to be a bird,
cool bird,
give me a condor.
Yeah.
I'm still going with the eagle, man. I still think the bald eagle's numero uno.
I mean, look, what are we doing out here, Denmark? Red squirrel, a mute swan, and a small tortoiseshell butterfly.
Well, a red squirrel might be cool if it was like your pet.
Sure.
Like, that'd be kind of cool.
Estonia's out here with a wolf. They've got a wolf. See, that's a lot better. Like, you got to be better than this. I mean, Honduras' national animal is a white-tailed deer.
Oh, well, like a pretty white-tailed deer?
Yeah, I mean, but it's a deer.
Well, do you want, I know your answer, but I'm going to ask it anyway. Do you want a cute animal, or do you want something like badass?
I want badass.
Yeah,
Come on
you
now.
want badass.
Look, India. India crushed it. Bengal tiger, Indian peafowl, which is a peacock, the Ganges River dolphin, and the elephant. They said we're going to have them all.
The elephant. We're going to take them all.
See, look, Indonesia, Komodo dragon,
Boom.
Javan hawk eagle,
Boom.
and an Asian arowana.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds
It's
awesome.
a fish. Arowana's a big, mean fish that hits a line super hard. If I remember right, the arowanas are the ones that they'll snap the water, like the top of the water, and they can knock you out.
Oakley dokley.
Yeah.
We got a show for
I
you
can
all
sit
today.
here and literally scroll this list for the rest of the show.
I can tell, and we might have to circle back around
Yes.
on that maybe in closing arguments today. We are live out at Goal PDX on the corner of 18th and Hawthorne. Come on down, say hi. We'll be here till 1 o'clock. I'm not leaving till the Canada game's over, so come down, say hi, grab yourself a pint, and let's watch this big old tournament get going. We got a lot to get to today. We will preview the United States of America's men's national team in the big nooner. Fletcher Johnson, the voice of your Portland Timbers, that you can hear every game right here on the Fan Sports Network. He will join us at 11:30, so we'll chat with him. And we've got an update on Chauncey Billups, and we finally talk about being a mascot for the Portland Fire. But let's start. We had a feel-good moment in the World Cup yesterday. I want to kind of just ease into this World Cup thing and talk about some fun, friendly things. We'll get to all that next. That's Danny. I'm Patrick. This is 105.1 The Fan and the Fan Sports Network. Curling outside of goal, PDX, GOL, PDX. The site of the best party in town for your soccer delights. Canada will kick off here at noon. USA at 6. Probably should start getting here now to make sure you are set up. 503-864-6326 is the fan text line. She'll let you interact with us throughout the entire day. You can also jump over on the YouTubes. We got a little difficulties right now, but we're working on it. We should have it solved in a matter of moments. What are we going to do this hour, Danny? We got an update on Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, that's there.
The old Chaunce. And Oregon State has entered the fray in terms of their stance on playing Texas Tech this season.
Yeah, and also TCU has chimed in.
Also, RG3 has chimed in as well. So we'll get some Texas Tech rodeo going. But I wanted to kind of share with you, Danny, and kind of talk about maybe some of the best World Cup moments, because there's always something in every single World Cup. And last night, we actually had the first one of this year's tournament. So follow me on this. Raul Jimenez, he's the striker for Mexico. He scored a goal yesterday. He scored their second goal, I believe. Now, the history of Raul is he used to play for Wolverhampton, the Wolves, in the Wanderers in the Premier League. And he famously had his skull caved in hitting a goalpost.
Bong.
Had a concussion and a fractured skull. And he scored I believe it's his first ever World Cup goal last night. And his father passed away 3 months ago.
Oh.
And he looked over to where his dad always sits at Stadio Azteca and just started sobbing.
That's tough, man.
Well, I think it's beautiful.
I mean, no,
I'm trying to think of it that way.
Yeah, no, but I mean, like, that's the power of sports, though.
Without a
right?
doubt.
Like,
Without a doubt.
Everything that comes with that, on that stage in your home nation, like that's the thing that really stands out.
The most famous stadium in North America. Yeah, and so it just kind of got me like running through my head of things that I remember. I mean,
is it the most famous stadium in North America?
I mean, with how many times ours get torn down and rebuilt?
I don't know, man.
Are you going to say the Coliseum?
Well, no, I actually wasn't. I was going to say the Big House, but Coliseum's up there.
You think the Big House is the most famous in North America?
Yeah. Just sheer volume.
503-864-6326 or over on the YouTubes. What is the most famous stadium in America in North America?
Legitimately, the Coliseum. I was actually wasn't even thinking about that. The Coliseum's up there. It's
built for the Olympics.
Olympics.
Yeah.
So
I mean, Jerry World is getting famous. To be fair, it is not the.
When I think of famous, though, no. When I think of fame, there's got to be longevity to a building. Okay. So it's got to be a place like the Big House, the Shoe, the Coliseum. Honestly, I think it's probably one of those three.
Fenway, Wrigley.
Yeah, because it can't be Yankee Stadium because it's new Yankee now.
What's more famous, Wrigley or Fenway?
Wrigley.
For me, it's Wrigley. Yeah,
it's probably Wrigley for me as well.
Yankee fan chimes in.
Yeah, mostly because I think the three of us can all sit here and together and say bleep the Red Sox.
Yeah, it's just. I mean, Wrigley. Not only for us and our age. I mean, we were raised on Cubs baseball on WGN endlessly, but also, I mean, it's synonymous with baseball summer. It's you'd see in the ivy in the outfield and it dying in August, But yeah, I would probably say one of the Big House, the Shoe, or the Coliseum. That's probably where I would go. My first inclination was the Big House, but I think the Coliseum's probably got to be up there just because of the sheer history.
Some thoughts coming in on the text line. The Rose Bowl being thrown out. The Rose Bowl. Lambeau Field being thrown out. Lambeau and Soldier. I would put Soldier in that, but
that's going
as
adios.
Danny would say, purr.
Yeah. But yeah, we don't have too many
Providence Park,
super old arenas, stadiums anymore.
No, all the baseball ones get torn down. All the football ones get torn. I mean, Arrowhead's been around for a while, but it's going to get torn down. Soldier, Lambeau, they'll never tear Lambeau down.
No. Yeah, I think I lean on those three.
It's always got to be American, huh?
Well, I'm just saying in general.
Always got to be American.
You always got to be anti-American.
That's not true. I love the Stars and Stripes.
Except if Mexico's involved or Canada's involved.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, Mexico, I've worked in the restaurant industry for 20-plus years, okay? Outside of Americans, there are no more group of people that I've worked with more in my life than people from the great country of Mexico. I love their people. I love their culture. I love their family values. I love their food. But if it's football, bleep Mexico.
Oh, for sure.
Dos a cero, bitches.
Yeah, no, I'm 100% there with you. It's just the reality of it. But yeah, no, I mean, I grew up in Southern California, and everybody I grew up with was Mexican, so I got nothing but love for them. But
some of your
in sports, no.
Some of your favorite World Cup memories or moments that stand out to you.
For me,
yeah.
I mean, it's always the USA Belgium is going to reign supreme for me. Just
great, Timmy Howard,
and Lukaku going on that run, but also. My dad's not a big soccer fan, and that World Cup was the first time I'd sit down and come over and like, hey, just watch this with me. And I remember him sitting down and watching USA Belgium, him just being like, are all these games like this? I'm like, no. All these games are not like this. This is you are watching one of the greatest displays in the history of the sport. Enjoy. And then we watched Germany absolutely thump the living crap out of Brazil, and he's like, this is awesome.
You are recalling 2014 round of 16 USA-Belgium. USA loses that game. Tim Howard sets a record for most saves in a World Cup game. For USA value, I will throw out USA-Italy in 2006. 10-on-9, 3 red cards in that game. The only team Italy didn't beat on their way to win a World Cup. Because they coincidentally got into a match-fixing scandal in their domestic league. Weird. Obviously, that World Cup as well is Zidane's headbutt.
Oh, that's right. That is.
Because what's his butt for the Italian squad called, I believe, his mother and his sister.
Thing you can't say.
Yeah. Who's?
Yeah.
And he turned around and said adios with 35 cameras and the entire world watching. There's a really... It's sad because I love Zidane. He's such a great, historical player. There is one of the most amazing sports photos I've ever seen in my life. Is Zidane after he's walking off the pitch, getting a red card, and the tunnel to go to the locker room is like right at center line, and he's going down the stairs, and close, out of focus, is the World Cup trophy.
Ooh.
And he just has to walk right by it. And go into the locker room.
Knowing what it cost?
Knowing what it cost them. Because they went to a shootout and France lost. And they could have used Zidane in that shootout.
He's kind of helpful in those situations.
Kind of helpful. What else do I love?
Has he escaped that?
I don't think so. He won it in 98 with France and Thiers.
But you know what I mean? Like, if that was the only one, then it would have been, but...
Look, man, I think the 2 most controversial moments in the history of the World Cup are that and Maradona's hand of God.
Yeah.
Maradona will never get past the hand of God.
Yeah.
No matter how many cocaine or hookers he's about.
Didn't he die?
He did die.
I would say, yeah. Didn't he OD?
I don't know if he OD'd, but I think his body was kind of like, you know what, we're good on this.
Shut down now?
We're gonna call it a day on this. Remember, he was the first big person, like a big celebrity, to fall asleep at important events.
Yeah, he did it a lot.
He beat Trump to it. He did it at a World Cup game during an Argentina game. He's...
Text line, 2002 run was fun watching games starting at midnight.
2002 is a great USA run. Let's see, I believe USA in that World Cup beat Spain, Mexico, and... Spain, Mexico, there's always one. They lost to Germany. That Germany team went on to the final.
Yeah.
I'll remember that final, too, because Ronaldo, skinny Ronaldo.
Baby Ronaldo.
Before fat Ronaldo. Brazil Ronaldo took a rip in the World Cup final within like the first 5 minutes or so, and the great German goalkeeper, Oli Kahn, punched it with both of his fists, and both of his hands broke 5 minutes into the game.
That's a problem.
And he played the rest of the game, and I think they lost 2-0. I think Brazil won that 2-0. Funny enough, last time Brazil won a World Cup.
When was the last time the U.S. won a World Cup?
I think they finished third in 1930.
There you go.
I think there were 4 teams.
I think it's one of those ones we probably take that.
That's like Wazoo won a natty in 1922.
Yeah, that's
and
up
you're
there.
Like, we got it.
We got one.
We got one.
We got one.
We got one. What else am I trying to think of? I loved the final of 18. That was France, Croatia.
I thought you were going to be like 1918. I was like, buddy, how did you watch that one back?
Well, I think I've told you this before, that I really need to find a way, and I really need to get on it.
Find the YouTube clips from that?
Yeah, well, I want to find something pre-94. I want to find a World Cup pre-94 where I can watch the full match of every single game like it's a World Cup. and I don't know who wins. I don't know any of these players. I can just be like, hey, that guy's really good. Hey, that guy's really good.
We get nothing but baggy kits.
Yeah, like, who's that guy? And they're like, his name is Franz Beckenbauer. And you're like, oh, okay, I've heard of that guy.
Beckenbauer. Yeah,
you
that's
know?
pretty good.
I want to do something like that really desperately. I think that would be a lot of fun. Like, if you could go back and watch, the 2002 NFL playoffs, and you don't know. I think the Bucks won that year, and you don't know who
you
wins.
Had to bring that one up.
Oh, ouch! Yeah, sorry, bud. And you don't know who wins, and you just go into it and you watch it. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
I'm good.
Not enough time for you, huh?
Nah, I can spend time doing a lot of other things. That's what Google's for.
Yeah, but I want to live it.
Yeah, but you didn't.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Also, that's probably would be a really hard watch. Have you tried like watching like old sporting events? Like it is hard to follow. It is
Quality
hard.
of cameras?
It's just so hard. It's so funny to think about it. Like, when we were younger, we like watching basketball on TV in like 180p, and you're just like, how did we watch this? Like, how the heck did we know what was going on?
When I see that Kobe lob to Shaq, the famous Kobe lob to Shaq against our beloved Trailblazers, every time I see that, I'm like, ugh, footage looks terrible.
Yeah.
Shaq is like squeezed out.
It looks like pixelated, like you're playing like NBA Live from 1998.
And
they're
elongated.
What's the old NES track game? Or you use the trackpad?
Oh, with the pad, yeah. All right.
That's it's given me a lot of those feelings, a lot of those vibes.
All right, well, we'll put a pause on some football talk. I'm sure we'll spread some throughout the day. Again, Fletcher Johnson will join us at 11:30. We'll talk a little Timbers and some World Cup stuff. We'll preview the U.S. men's national team in the big nooner as Canada kicks off their game at noon as well. We're live down at Goal PDX. When we come back, we got a little bit of an update on Chauncey Billups. And, Danny, I don't know if it's a good one. We'll go there next. We'll toss it to Casey back home with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Big's Chicken. Try their smoked and fried wings, tossed with the perfect dry rub, and served with a trio of killer sauces. Menus at bigschicken.com. First on the Fan, your U.S. men's national team begins their World Cup journey today as they take on Paraguay in their first match of the group stage. Kickoff at 6 p.m. over on Fox 12 Oregon as the U.S. comes into the match as plus 110 betting favorites. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes took Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final to take the 3-2 lead in the series as they took down the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2 last night. Game 6 will be on Sunday in Las Vegas as the Hurricanes have a chance to take home the cup for the second time in team history. Your Portland Fire fell to the Las Vegas Aces inside the Moda Center. Final score in that one was 105-89 as Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray combined for 61 points as the Aces were lights out from the three for 4 quarters. Fire are back in action tomorrow at 5:30 as they host the Dallas Wings, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 5:15. And finally, Game 5 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night. Knicks leading 3-1 in the series as both teams head back to San Antonio. Spurs are 5.5-point betting favorites coming into the contest, as you can catch Game 5 right here on the Fan Sports Network when coverage tips off at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Laura Case from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
The home of the Fan Happy Hour.
They're deciding whether or not that it is prudent to move forward with a November 2nd court date. In the next 30 to 60 days, the prosecution is hoping to whittle down the number of defendants, basically by either getting them to turn state witness or to cooperate directly with the prosecution. So the interesting news coming out of this is that there was a reporter that stopped Chauncey's lawyer on the outside and asked, kind of what the update was, and he said that we're very happy with proceeding forward with the November 2nd court date. So it doesn't sound like Chauncey's anywhere near agreeing to any plea deals right now, or him and his defense team. But the prosecution revealed that they've collected more than 250 hours of audio and video recordings seized from electronic devices, along with phone and bank records, cell site location data, information from iCloud accounts, that they're busy pouring over that. Basically, everything that they're going to use is evidence if it does end up going to trial, or it's going to go to trial. And then they have to, whatever they're going to use, they have to make sure the defense teams have access to that information as well. So that's basically where we're at right now. This is we are not at the do not pass go, do not collect $200 point of the process
situation,
but we're getting there. Plea deals will probably start being handed out in the next month to 2 months to remaining defendants that they think they can flip or that they want to pursue those options with. And then after that, once you decide to go or not go, then we move forward with the trial on November 2nd, barring any potential changes or new information that comes out.
This show maintains innocence until proven guilty, as is the United States way. He was asked about that, and they said that they maintain that they are not guilty of these crimes. And, I think at the end of the day, Danny, you obviously have a personal relationship with the man. And, I grew up watching him as a basketball player. And as the coach here in town, obviously, you hope that it turns out that he is not guilty in this situation.
Yeah, I'll be completely, totally, bluntly honest. I hope that he just was in the wrong place at the wrong time.
I hope he was an idiot.
Yeah.
I hope he just got bamboozled
Got
and
duped.
wasn't a part of it. But that's where it gets tricky. They got to make sure that they have all their stuff tight and locked up, because if it turns out that they've got real bad damning evidence against you and you're going to ride it till the end, you're looking at max stuff. Usually the deal, if you're caught up in something, the deal is going to be more beneficial for you in the long run.
Yeah, I mean, if you go the other way, again, we've hit this so many times, man. This is not jail. This is not even state prison. This is federal prison.
Yeah.
This is federal prison, and I don't think you're going to get guys that are going to get 6 months, 8 months, 12 months. You're probably looking, I would imagine, most guys in this are going to be at least a minimum of 2 years and probably closer to 5 to 10 in federal prison.
In federal prison, which is not a fun place to be.
No, like what was it? Jonte Porter.
Darren Sharper was just released from federal prison. He was transferred. I can't remember what it was. Maybe to like a halfway house or something like that. But he was in federal prison, wasn't he? Darren Sharper, the football player?
Yes, I believe he was, because I believe he was across state lines. Sentencing for Porter was adjourned, but they have not gone down to sentencing. But he faces a max of 20 years, but they expect him to get at least 50 months. You want to spend 4 years in federal prison, dog?
Dude, 4 days in federal prison sounds terrible, dude.
4 minutes, 4 days, for whatever. I don't want to be there.
I'm getting ready to sing, dude. I'm warming up the pipes right now. Without a doubt, what you want to know, buddy. And for those of you asking on the text line, and if you're just curious because you aren't familiar, we'll walk you through real quick. Yes, Chauncey Billups is still technically the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers. He is on unpaid administrative leave by the league right now, so the Blazers are not on the hook to pay him. The reason he has not been fired is because the legal reasons, also the contractual reasons, you would have to pay that out. So the Blazers are waiting for what they assume will be a most likely ban for life, no matter what the outcome of the trial is.
The league is going to handle it.
Yeah, the league is going to take care of it, and so then he will be relieved of duties. That contract will go away.
And I'm sure there's something within the bylaws that they can hire a head coach and actually allow for this, whether it's through some sort of amendment to the CBA or something along those lines. That's what I would imagine. That is not going to prevent them from hiring a head coach.
No. And the only reason there wasn't one officially last year was because the season started.
Yes,
that's why Tiago was the interim.
Not the interim, the acting.
Thank you.
Head coach.
What is the difference between acting and interim?
Interim means the head coach has been removed, and in the interim you were operating under that guise. You were not. He was placed in as the acting head coach, and the legal terms actually, weirdly enough, do matter here because we are dealing with a court of law and everything that kind of comes with that.
And millions of dollars.
Yes. So, yeah, it's kind of throw your hands up and go, okay, November 2nd is now the next date that we know of, but, over the next, 6 months?
Yeah.
Or 5 months, we'll know more.
I'd be very surprised if it gets to November 2nd, personally.
I mean, unless, again, he truly believes his innocence.
Unless he truly believes and is truly innocent. And again, I think
that's not something I would risk.
I think we both root for that. Shaking the magic 8 ball and looking at it out look not so good, Bob.
Yeah, I mean, based on everything that we know, everything we've seen, everything we heard, it's hard for me to look at that and say, yeah, no, things are great, Bob.
More updates on the Texas Tech situation as Jamarcus Shepard and Kager down at Oregon State have spoken about their matchup with Texas Tech this year. We'll give you some other funny updates with that as well. Next, we are live at Gold PDX in Southeast Portland on Hawthorne. Come on down, Canada. Bosnia-Herzegovina will be on at noon, USA at 6. This is 105.1 The Fan.
The Fans.
that come across in the sports world, whatever your favorite sport is or whatever the topic is at the time. And obviously right now the sports world is pretty dominated by this Texas Tech situation and Brendan Sorsby gambling on his own team but being allowed to play. And then it hits close to home because they will be taking on one of the games that Sorsby is suspended for is against the Oregon State Beavers. Now, we have affectionately started calling Kevin Griffin the new director of athletics down there at Oregon State, the Kegger. We're just assuming his middle name starts with an E, so he's Keg. And he had some interesting comments to say about this situation. He said, quote, "The type of leadership, quite frankly, we've been missing and we've needed in college athletics to just get us back on track." Jamarcus Shepard also had some quotes to say, "A whole list of teams that could potentially be in that position to play us in the event that that's the direction that our athletic department wants to go." But he has not had a chance to discuss the issue yet with Griffin or talk to Joey McGuire at Texas Tech. That's kind of a wild thing to say. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, we have people that we can play if this doesn't go down. So now you have a team that's on the schedule for Texas Tech this year that is maybe poking around the idea of not playing Texas Tech.
They're doing what they should do. They're being prudent.
Mm-hmm. You're set up just in case.
Look, man. One of the best lines of all time. Everybody's got a plan until they get punched in the face. That's the whole thing. So you got to be you have to adapt and overcome over and over and over. One of the best and most poignant things I ever learned in the military from the Navy SEALs: solve the problem. You solve the problem until there isn't a problem to solve in front of you anymore. You don't worry about necessarily the big picture, but you solve the problem that's in front of you. The whole problem that's in front of you right now is that Texas Tech is in a world of hurt, and the entire college landscape is a problem. So you take a look at that and go, okay, how can we have auxiliary plans for this?
This is a Crepia article from Oregon Live that I found this on, and he writes, "It would cost Oregon State $1 million to buy out its game contract with Texas Tech. There are limited teams with openings on week 2, though Florida State and Stanford are among them. But any new opponent would likely have to cancel one of its existing non-conference games to accommodate adding OSU. Further complicating matters is the games with Texas Tech is one of only 4 Pac-12 games scheduled to be broadcast on CBS this upcoming season."
Ruh-roh.
See, that's the other problem too. And I wonder when you are, let's take Oregon State for example, when you're in a position like them, it's going to cost you $1 million to cancel that game. That's a little dicey with where the Wazoo and Oregon State are in the new Pac-12 situation. $1 million is a lot of money to them right now. Also, do you want to give up that CBS game? And I don't think you do.
No, and that's the part of that becomes an issue is how do you look at that? I mean, you're talking about the monetary stuff, particularly around Oregon State, and how protected they are and they have to be with things. Everything we've heard from Griffin so far has been like, hey, there's certain areas and places that we can definitely be better about monetizing, and we can be more advantageous in that. Just giving up $1 million and then also possibly irritating a TV partner, that seems like a bad way to go about things. But also, I don't think this is Oregon State standing alone in this. They would have the opportunity to be able to adjust alongside that if other teams are doing the exact same thing.
Correct. Yeah, it's easier.
Now, if they're standing alone and trying to be the virtuous program that doesn't play Texas Tech, that might not work out for you because I don't. The thing about this is I don't think it can be an Oregon State that does that.
And that's what I was going to get into next, Danny. We've talked about this in the past, and I know we will all through the upcoming college football season. This is a huge year for the Pac-12. It is a massive, massive year for the Pac-12. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think the Pac-12 is playoff or bust. I think they have to have that mentality of putting a team in the playoff. And while I don't love Oregon State's chances against Texas Tech, with or without Brendan Sorsby, it's still a high-profile game that puts you on CBS, that reminds people of the orange and black
and
down
who doesn't
in
want to see Texas Tech lose right now?
Exactly, and everybody's going to watch to root against Texas Tech.
And that can be, I don't want to say necessarily a rallying cry, but that can be something you can build out around on. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Of course.
It's like, if you're the first one to do it, like you can kind of get that snowball going. Everybody points and laughs at Texas Tech. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. There's something to be found there. So The unfortunate thing here for Oregon State is they're the early team to play them.
But I think you brought up the good point of having that plan in your back pocket. We laughed about Cleveland Browns. No, we haven't had talks about Brendan Sorsby.
We talked for 4 hours.
We have talked about not having talks with Brendan Sorsby. If you're Oregon State, if you're
you have to.
Abilene Christian,
even.
Well, I know you got to do it because the money's on the table.
That's
they've had conversations.
Sure. Hey, Texas State, do you have an opening?
Right.
We could keep it regional. Do something along those lines. But Oregon State, I think, is above that pantheon. They are not Abilene Christian.
No.
So,
but to your point, though, they are also not Baylor or Ohio State or maybe even like a Boston College and in the ACC.
I think they're above that.
I think they are too, but they're not in a Power Four. The unfortunate,
yes, they don't have the heft. The girth, if you will, because of the power conference behind them.
It hasn't been that long since Oregon State and Washington State were in a Power 4 conference, Power 5 conference, where they had that. But in that short time, people are not going to give those two schools that amount of credit.
No, especially if you played well as B for the last 2 years.
I know.
I'm being serious.
And had mediocre to bad seasons, both clubs.
I mean, last year was a joke.
Last year is one of the worst seasons I've seen in Pac-12 football, except for UW going 0-12.
There you go.
Never forget. I'm with my brethren. I think
they're handling this the right way.
I think they are too. I don't like the concept of coaches. I've said this before through this whole thing. I don't like the idea of we're not going to play you because you're disingenuous, because everybody is disingenuous in college football.
100%.
I don't live in that world, but I'm with you. I give a lot of credit to Oregon State, and this is a really good time for a new football coach and a new director of athletics to come out and say the quote-unquote right things.
Optics.
Be prepared. Boom. Optics again. Making Oregon State look good.
We are not unprepared. We are looking at different options. We are making sure that we are not caught off guard.
Exactly. And kudos to you for that. And it really sucks because even if they do lose by a lot to Tech, with or without Sorsby, it's still a good thing to have on your schedule.
Yes.
Like my school's got Arizona. I don't want this to go down for Arizona.
No.
I need that game, especially because I think we can win it.
Well,
it's in Pullman.
Okay. I want to check back in after week 1, week 2, week 3.
Coming in off that hot Duquesne victory.
Yeah. They're a football program, huh?
The hot Duquesne victory. Let's see. I think there was one more little quote that I just wanted to find here. This is Jamarcus Shepard. I'd be disingenuous if I didn't have some part of me that said I'm not going to deter or disrupt what everyone else on the football has done because of one person that hasn't even played for them yet. At the same time, there is an opportunity to have a stance here and make a stance. To your point,
a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
To your point, I think, yes, you make the stance, but it's got to be a little collective. You need some help with it.
You need some help with it.
You need a little bit of help.
But that's also flagging out, hey, we're open to standing on solid ground with you, but our ground's a little shaky.
Yeah.
Can you provide us a better foundation to do so?
You let us know, and we'll follow right behind you.
Yep.
When we come back, let's have a little fun. The Portland Fire are looking for a mascot. Danny, I don't know if you and I qualify, but maybe this will settle the Cargo Shorts Classic. Loaded hour number 2, 105.1 The Fan.
Whoa. Liberty Mutual customized this song for you. Whoa. Like your car insurance, it's custom too, yeah. Liberty Mutual's got the coverage that could save you money. To Doug and Limu, well now you can go and take that cruise. Liberty, 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 yeah.
Forget about Father's Day? Take Dad for a steak. Spots available at Laurelhurst Market, Steakhouse, and Butcher Shop. Can't make it in? Try a gift card or their house-made spice blends. Laurelhurst Market, more than just your friendly neighborhood steakhouse.
Save thousands. Be advised, this is a great opportunity to save thousands on a hot tub or swim spa today through Sunday. Portland Expo Center. Save thousands. Be advised.
From the George McCoy and Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by Reynolds Defense Firm. If you've been arrested for a DUI, you need a team of attorneys that you can put your trust into. Call Reynolds Defense Firm today, online at reynoldsdefensefirm.com. First on the Fan, your U.S. men's national team begins their World Cup journey today as they take on Paraguay in their first match of the group stage. Kickoff at 6 p.m. over on Fox 12 Oregon as the U.S. comes into the match as plus 110 betting favorites. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes took Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final to take the 3-2 lead in the series as they took down the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2 last night. Game 6 will be on Sunday in Las Vegas as the Hurricanes have a chance to take home the cup for the second time in team history. Your Portland Fire fell to the Las Vegas Aces inside the Moda Center. Final score on that one was 105-89 as Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray combined for 61 points as the Aces were lights out from the three for all four quarters. Fire are back in action tomorrow at 5:30 as they host the Dallas Wings, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 5:15. And finally, Game 5 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night. Knicks leading 3-1 in the series as both teams head back to San Antonio. Spurs are 5.5-point betting favorites coming into the contest as you can catch Game 5 right here on the Fan Sports Network when coverage tips off at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Casey Smith from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for the Oregon Ducks. Join the Fan on Friday, June 12th at Gold PDX as nations from around the world ascend on North America for soccer's biggest tournament. The firm of Harris and Marang will broadcast live from 10 to 1 with matches starting at noon. Join the party as the international soccer community gathers at Gold PDX on the corner of Southeast Hawthorne and 18th Avenue. Food, spirits, football. The Global Games local party is presented by Cricket Wireless, the Grand Prix of Portland, and Milagro Tequila. Your home for Seahawks football, the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM. Dirt and Spray. Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10.
You can try this at home.
Hey, given that it's a players' league, let me ask you this. Who had the worst comments, Kenny Atkinson or James Harden? Because I think it's Harden.
I think it's Atkinson because Harden's an idiot. Atkinson should know better. You're the head coach.
So Atkinson is, look, he's not right to say that publicly. Atkinson could have explained better of like analytically we believe because of shooting expectancy and point totals or whatever the analytics are that him and his staff are looking at. He could have said that and then followed it up with, but we got to finish and you got to win the games and we're down 3-0 and you give New York that credit. If he does that,
it changes it a little bit.
I think it does change it a little bit. Yeah. Harden coming out after being swept and saying,
we're the better team.
I don't know if I can say who the better team is. I think we're the better team. We just didn't show up for 4 games.
It could have been either of us.
It's over. The series is over.
The home of Dirt and Spray. Weekday mornings from 6 to 10 on the Fan Sports Network.
I'm a fan.
Prime time with Isaac and Souk.
I was watching the Padres the other day.
Yeah.
And then a guy comes up and he's hitting 180.
I'm like, wow, that's really bad. Okay. And he pops out. And then a guy comes up and he's hitting 160.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Then a guy comes up and he's hitting 190. I'm like, okay, surely somebody's hitting. Nope, 150. They had 6 guys in a row under 200.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You're going to hit. That's what you're going to do. Learn how to hit.
Yeah, so I was looking here. So I
Sports is sports.
It's not that bad for the Mets, but so Bichette's hitting 200.
Yeah.
Frankie Lindor's hitting 167.
He has. By the way, Frankie Lindor has no home runs and no RBIs. And by the way, that's a good team. That team's good. Yes, I am. Now I'm pissed off.
The home of primetime with Isaac and Suk. Weekdays 3 to 7 on the Fan Sports Network.
Oh, is that me? That's me. Hi, hour number deuce here. Welcome in. If you're missing the first hour, you can download that, The Fan Podcast, 1051thefan.com, the Odyssey app, wherever you get your podcasts. If you missed Dirt and Sprague this morning, if you can't catch Happy Hour Prime Time, you can find that wherever you get your podcasts. Appreciate you sticking with us here. A little bit of IT issues, but we got a crack case team on it. We're going to figure this out. We got no problem.
The life of the remote.
We're live down.
Prime Time with Isaac and Suk.
I was watching the Padres the other day.
Yeah.
And then a guy comes up and he's hitting 180. I'm like, wow, that's really bad. Okay. And he pops out. And then a guy comes up and he's hitting 160.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my God. Then a guy comes up and he's hitting 190. I'm like, okay, surely somebody's hitting. Nope, 150. They had 6 guys in a row under 200.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
What are you going to do? You're going to hit. That's what you're going to do. Learn how to hit.
Yeah, so I was looking here. So
Sports is sports.
It's not that bad for the Mets, but so Bichette's hitting 200.
Yeah.
Frankie Lindor's hitting 167.
He has. By the way, Frankie Lindor has no home runs and no RBIs. And by the way, that's a good team. That team's good. Yes, I am. Now I'm pissed off.
The home of primetime with Isaac and Suk. Weekdays 3 to 7 on the Fan Sports Network.
And we're back.
We're back again.
You know, Isaac Rupp and Jason Kang decided to come down here and play
Rob
a little
Shock Algeria.
party music, and then they sat with us and they kind of did a little quick riff, just a preview of primetime tonight. This preview live here down at Gold PDX on the corner of Hawthorne and 18th. Canada, Bosnia-Herzegovina will kick off at noon. The party will
less
really
than an hour
be
away.
raging. That's less than an hour away. And USA will take on Paraguay tonight at 6, and this place will be absolutely bonkers. Danny and I,
are you kidding me? It's going to be calm and quiet. Nobody will be here. It's going to be
super
swamped.
dead.
Are you kidding me?
Well, the Tullamore Dew crew is here. You know, that's always a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I saw Fox 12 rolling around here as well.
Yeah.
Everybody's trying to get a part of this party. I want y'all to know, Danny and I were down here first.
We were.
Okay? Just letting you know that.
And I beat you here.
You did. Did you almost drive to the station?
No, I put a reminder in my phone.
Okay. I almost texted you, but then I thought it would be more funny to not text you.
No. Didn't go to the gym this morning. Yesterday, last night, it was just, the lady and I looked at each other, we're like, we have a lot going on. Why don't we call this one a rest day? We were deciding because we normally have a certain days that we work out certain things, and it got all jumbled up. And normally today would be a leg day. We did legs, was it Thursday? No, Wednesday. And
Every day's leg day,
well,
bro.
both of us were walking like we had just rode a horse for 3 straight days. It was like, maybe not a leg day today. So we did our arms yesterday. So we decided to call today a rest day. It was a handshake of it was an armistice day. We decided to just go ahead and sit that one out.
I've decided the new way that you guys should settle the Cargo Shorts Classic. You should both try out for the Portland Fire mascot and see who gets further.
Okay.
Listed pay is $100 to $300 per hour, which is the same as some physicians or nurse practitioners.
Joe, do a handstand right now.
Albeit fewer hours and theoretically less pressure. I like how this article by the great Ryan Clark over at the Oregonian, albeit with fewer hours and theoretically less pressure than some physicians or nurse practitioners. In theory, less pressure on it. Let's see. I think
nobody's life is riding on it.
You must possess an extraordinary level of creativity, energy, spontaneity, and have the passion to constantly build and present new and creative ideas. We are comfortable with the speculation and glad to see the interest in the role. You to be the
biggest questions of the day.
Would he be our best player?
Or not.
It's vanilla.
Oh,
slightly.
get out of here.
Stop.
Get out of here. Vanilla ice cream brings nothing to your life.
Dirt and Sprague bring the polls, and you give the answers.
What the hell did I miss?
Your neighborhood restaurant group brings the fan poll question on X every day and dinner tonight at one of their 5 locations: Sandy O's, Big's Chicken, Reverend's Barbecue, 808 Hawaiian, and Laurelhurst Market Steakhouse.
Am I on the air? All right. This is how I think you and Joe should settle your bet. You guys go do this and ask them who had the better chance, because neither of you are getting this job.
God, no.
But who had the better shot at it? This is some nice dad Olympics, too. How can you – remember we had 10 toes down yesterday. Someone texted in the question, what kind of events would you have in dad Olympics? Could you create a mascot off situation in a dad Olympics? Like, I want to see you and Joe both jump on a trampoline and try to dunk a ball and see who gets there or does it the best.
Oh, I 100% can get there.
You think you can do it?
I've spent so many hundreds of hours on a trampoline. I have zero. I was over at my sister's a couple months ago. I could still throw backflips.
Are you one of those mangy kids down the street that was always on a trampoline?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, the very dangerous Costco trampoline that was way bigger, that had the big springs, that had the eye hooks on the end of them that would just absolutely eat you alive.
And definitely enough space between the bar and the trampoline
to
itself.
fall into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, how did we ever say those were okay?
Look,
it's like lawn darts from the 60s. Have you seen those?
Yes.
You will die.
Statute of limitations here. Like my going away party for the military, I may have had a few too many, and I was on the trampoline and I jumped, and on the old trampolines, if you got right on the edge, they wouldn't throw you straight up. It would throw you the opposite way. And I threw a backflip, and I flipped. I did like a double backflip off the trampoline, smacked my head on a tree stump. Everyone thought I was dead. Like, I was unconscious for like 10 seconds.
The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota at Langdon Farms Golf Club, is back. Join us on Tuesday, June 23rd for a day of good times and mostly okay golf. The Fan Golf Classic is presented by Toyota and also brought to you by Vulcan Design and Construction, Angels Envy Bourbon, Philbrook Law, and Window Nation. The 12th Annual Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota. Visit Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
That's a wonderful reminder that the Fan Golf Classic at Langdon Farms is sold out. Make sure to sign up for your foursome next year early because it went quick this year. We'd like to thank our wonderful friends for making this possible. Victor Rico's will provide breakfast burritos in the morning. We got Matt's Barbecue out there for post-round golf, and all us fan hosts will be at the infamous Angels Envy Bourbon 6th hole. We'll laugh and joke and cry and make fun of you, and you'll probably make fun of me, and it'll be so fantastic. The Fan Golf Classic, presented by Toyota, is also brought to you by our good friends at Warren Allen, George McCoy at Warren Allen Attorneys at Law, Maestro Dobel Tequila, Window Nation, 1-800-DIVORCE, Roto-Rooter,
Illegal
Mezcal, Henderson and Daughter, Pub Beer, Cheap Fun.
Victor Rico's breakfast burritos.
I already said Victor Rico's. I think that's the best I'm going to do.
That's best you're going to do.
That's not so bad.
Without the paper? Okay.
Well, that's not
without
so
the
bad.
Read? Not bad.
We'll see you in a couple weeks down there at the Fan Golf Classic. But if you need to get into the Portland Fire mascot scene, go ahead and do that. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, what we get into? We come back. The NBA draft. We've been kicking this can down the road.
Pushing this for a week.
Yeah, we've been pushing this all week. We got some more draft update stuff we'll get to. Fletcher Johnson should join us at the bottom of the hour as well. This is the Fan Sports Network live at Gold PDX on Hawthorne, 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
Big Nooner, talk about what a successful World Cup will look like for them. We'll also have to touch on NBA Finals Game 5, which will be over the weekend. Hey, another pretty solid hockey night last night, Danny. Nothing crazy in the end as the Hurricanes kind of got a comfortable lead, but I turned that zombie on and it was 1-1 and felt like in 10 seconds.
It's like, hey, here we go.
Here we go again.
I've seen so many NHL analysts, prognosticators, like, this is the best Stanley Cup Finals in the history of the game.
That's crazy.
Like, it's just every game has been just lit.
I know, and I'm not smart enough about hockey to know like where it lives in the pantheon, but boy, as
those guys are, because they grew up living it. They can tell you what teams won whatever Stanley Cup, whatever year. It's one of those situations. Are you about ready to break out a USA chant?
No, that's Fletcher Johnson. That's our homeboy. He's going to join us here in a moment here on the Fan.
Fletch is out here decked out in the red, white, and blue.
Look at that. Look at that classy Jeep over there he's got.
Don't dox the guy.
Dude. Oof. I love it. That got my sports pants tight. Nothing much does more than Fletcher Johnson. He's my guy. But a new article out in The Athletic by Sam Vecini talking about just updates on the NBA draft upcoming, which I think is going to be really fascinating. It's going to be must-watch television for me. I don't know how much I'm going to watch day 2. I don't like that they split it like the NFL.
I can tell you right now, nobody does.
Yeah, I don't like how they split it like the NFL because the NBA, dude, round 2 is like, okay, like those guys might not make the team. Who's the guy from Wazoo that got drafted by the Blazers? CJ Ellaby?
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here, boys? Like, I don't know if that's the right move over there.
I remember talking to a front office executive with another team after they took Ellaby, and he said, we didn't have him in the top 120.
That's like 4 rounds.
And I was like, that tracks.
Yeah.
That tracks.
Yeah, I can say go Cougs all I want, but we watched him at Wazoo. I was like, that guy's in the league? Okay.
There you go.
But right now, the mock currently has A.J. DeBonsa going 1. And I think we've kind of got to the point, Danny, would you say that in terms of prospects, because you know how like Mel Kiper will do like best fits?
Sure.
But also, or any NBA mock draft best fits, but they have best talent. I would say DeBonsa is probably going to stay at number 1 in terms of best talent.
I think there are legitimate arguments for all 3. And that's what makes this draft so special.
Darren Peterson and Cam Boozer.
Yes. I have talked to general managers across the league. I know of a handful that say that not only is Boozer the safest pick, he's going to be the best player in this draft.
He's my Bo Nix. He's my Bo Nix.
On steroids.
On steroids. Maybe not the highest ceiling.
There are those that believe he does have the highest ceiling.
But the highest floor for sure.
Yeah. He also doesn't have a 10-cent head. Like, this is a guy that no matter what level of basketball he has been at, they've won. They continue to win, and they just win, and they win, and they win, and they win. His box score production, all the analytics behind it, if you're looking like a red to green scale, like you're putting a chart up of like all of his analytics, it's all bright green. He scores well. He rebounds well. He creates well. He defends well. He's impactful in stocks. He's efficient. There's nothing that he doesn't do well. And by the way, he was raised by a former All-Star, has the genetic profile, has been around the game his entire life, and is a monster competitor who's strong as an ox. Mm-hmm. Like, I think sometimes people get... Do you remember during the Hoop Summit, like leading up to that, the things I told you? Just like...
Maybe.
Like, the idea of like everybody gets caught up in like, well, A.J. DeBonsa's this, or Darren Peterson's this, or like, you know, this player X is like athletic in this. It's like, yeah, but who wins?
Yeah.
Who wins? Like, if you just impact winning your whole life, do you think all of a sudden you're just going to stop impacting winning?
That's the truth. And to take his dad, for example, Carlos, you know, we'll leave the hair jokes aside. Mm-hmm. I don't think he was ever on a title-winning team in the NBA. I don't think he got one of those, but I know he did at Duke, and he was constantly on teams who were in the playoffs. You know, he was a very valuable player to have and played a position at that time that was kind of deep in the NBA.
It wasn't kind of deep. It was dumb deep.
Yeah, it's probably the deepest that position's ever been.
Kevin Garnett, it's Dirk Nowitzki, it's Tim Duncan, it's Carlos Boozer. Like
LaMarcus Aldridge.
Like Pau Gasol.
Mm-hmm.
There are so many Hall of Famers in that. Blake Griffin comes into the tail end of that. Like,
the athletic four.
So loaded.
The athletic four that's the size of a center but a better shooter.
Carlos Boozer's career averages are 16 and 10.
And if you don't think that's going to trickle down to Cam, now the difference between Cam and his brother is his brother doesn't have the physical traits that Cam does.
Cade's 6'3.5".
Yeah, and so that's the tough thing. And we'll see him at Duke, and we'll see what his...
He's going to be a good college player.
We'll see what his future looks like. He might sniff the NBA just because his last name's Boozer, and maybe Shire gets him into something, because he's turned Duke guards in that probably shouldn't have been prototypical NBA guys. Well, I should say Duke has. Coach K has. Turned some non-prototypical NBA guys into NBA guys. I never thought Redick was going to be good in the NBA, and he was really solid.
One of the best shooters in the history of the game.
And he was really solid. So maybe that's where Cade gets to. But I think you bring up a really, really good point with that, especially with the noise around Darren Peterson. That makes me worried about it.
And I'll tell you right now, I know of multiple GMs that have concerns about his mentality. Full stop. Mm-hmm. They have legitimate concerns about the people he has around him, how he goes about things, and the amount of investigatory intelligence that is done on these guys already is through the roof. People do not understand that. I have had 3 different general managers tell me the same thing. We would do the deepest dive on him imaginable if we had the number 1 pick.
Where's the best place for him, do you think?
Some place with a lot of structure.
Like if I'm going to give you the top 5. I would be shocked if he falls all the way to 5. But let me give you the top 5 just
not the Clippers.
For S's and G's, okay? Number 1 is the Washington Wizards. Number 2 is the Utah Jazz.
It's Utah.
Number 3 is the Memphis Grizzlies. Number 4 is Chicago. And 5 are the Clippers.
Yeah,
6 is Brooklyn, if you want to go that far.
It's Utah.
I think it's Utah, too, but therein lies the problem. I think that they're, for my money, and I don't know anything. I'm just a dweeb over here with a microphone. I won't believe it until I see it, that DeBonsa doesn't get his way to Utah.
I wouldn't be surprised. Like, you can make it art. Like, Darren Peterson, like I've said this God knows how many times.
6'6" guard who plays defense and can shoot.
He's
Sign me up.
He's the best guard prospect of the last 15 years.
I mean,
as a prospect, he's through the roof.
That's Steph Castle with a better shot. And
the ability to get to wherever he wants to on the floor. And he's not just a better shot. He's a stone-cold shooter.
And I know that I am pro Steph Castle, but I've been pretty hard on him in the finals, rightly so. A better Steph Castle? Oof.
Imagine if Steph Castle could actually run your offense and give you 25 a night.
Because
that's the thought of Darren Peterson.
And that's why they have Dylan Harper, because Steph can't do that.
Yes.
And Darren can do Dylan Harper and Steph Castle's job. And that's why maybe if you are Washington and you get kind of bullied around and the DeBonsa camp is like, look, guys, you know why we're having this conversation.
Yeah.
I went to BYU. The Ainge family has been good to my family.
Ryan Smith
has been good to my family. Let's just
You're not getting the booby prize.
Yes, let's just call. Yeah, you're not. Yeah, exactly. You're not getting something. This isn't. Who went second after Cooper Flag?
Oh my God! Now I'm totally blanking.
But you know what I mean. And Brandon Miller went after Wemby. Okay, Brandon Miller, good player, not Wembanyama. So this isn't like the gap between those two talent is that big. You know what I'm saying? So to your point about the booby prize, is you are not getting some huge drop off in talent. Different player.
It was Harper, yeah.
Oh, it's Dylan Harper. Okay.
No, last year's draft I was like, why am I not blanking on this draft? No, the top 4 players were Flag, Harper, Edgecombe, and Kahn. Like,
okay, those are
really good drafts.
So then maybe this is more akin to that draft.
Yes.
That if you don't get Coop, you still get a great draft pick afterwards.
Yes. Do you think any of those teams regret their picks?
No, I think Charlotte fell in love with Kahn.
Yes.
He's the face of their franchise. They got the weirdo LaMelo who does weird stuff, and so then they got the clean pretty boy in Kahn.
From Wisconsin.
Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Yes. Wisconsin.
Did you know Tyler Hero's from Wisconsin? Wisconsin.
And Tyrese Halliburton.
Oh, and Tyrese Halliburton.
Also from Wisconsin.
Yes. We'll trade all those guys for Giannis.
There you go. He'll just play for all 3 teams.
I'm going to say the Wizards take Peterson 1. I'll take the Jazz, take DeBonsa. And the Grizzlies will take Cam.
Oh, they'd be thrilled with Cam. Can
you imagine Darren Peterson with Ja?
No, and Memphis. Like, Memphis and Chicago are the 2 places that you do not want to see Darren Peterson end up.
Why Chicago? Just because the influx in the front office?
Not just that. Chicago.
Oh, just being a party city?
Chicago and Memphis are not places that you want a guy who has questionable decisions.
Well, according to LeBron, there's nothing to do in Memphis.
Except get in trouble.
Really? What kind of trouble do you get into Memphis?
I've told you stories off air that I cannot tell on air.
Sorry, man. I'm sober. Probably going to fix that.
There are stories from Memphis over the last 20 years that would blow people's minds that involve NBA players. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. That's a fair point.
It's adjacent to that.
And he's from there.
Yeah. It is adjacent to that.
I hope we get to a point where we start hearing whispers out of Washington that it's Cam Boozer won.
It would not shock me.
I think if Cam went 1, that'd be awesome.
It would not be this big surprise if Cam Boozer went number 1. To be honest, any of those 3 guys going 1, I'd be like, yeah, I can see that.
Utah just starts sending Cam Boozer highlight packages to DC.
Like last year, anybody other than Flagg going 1 would have been a stunning. And it's not because Harper's not good or Edgecombe's not good or Kahn's not good.
I mean, even Ace Bailey at 5. I mean, he's got some head issues that concern me, but that was still the best player on the board. He ended at Utah.
Just saying.
And he seemed to kind of check himself.
Well, Utah checked him. Remember, his dad was around trying to do things.
Yep, that's a good point.
Playing the agent game, and then, or I'm sorry, not his dad, but his friend's dad was his agent, and he was trying to get his son involved, and it was just like the stuff that you see that amateur level hangers-on will do, and the Jazz said, we don't do things like that here.
Mm-hmm. And who knows that better than AJ DeBonsa right now? Somebody who's not in the organization. He's already in it.
Kind of wove it into the fabric.
Just a couple weeks away from the NBA draft. You know this show's going to have a ton of fun of that when that comes around. Stick around for more of that. But let's take a break. When we come back, my man, Fletcher Johnson, going to join us as we'll talk a little Timbers a little bit and some World Cup. We'll bring the voice of your Portland Timbers on and we'll have some fun. But first, we'll toss it to lowercase for sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
First on the Fan, your U.S. men's national team begins their World Cup journey today as they take on Paraguay in their first match of the group stage. Kickoff at 6 p.m. over on Fox 12 Oregon as the U.S. comes into the match as plus 110 betting favorites. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes took Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final to take a 3-2 lead in the series as they took down the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2 last night. Game 6 will be on Sunday in Las Vegas as the Hurricanes have the chance to take home the Stanley Cup for the second time in team history. Your Portland Fire fell to the Las Vegas Aces inside the Moda Center. Final score on that one was 105-89 as Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray combined for 61 points as the Aces were lights out from the 3 for all 4 quarters. Fire are back in action tomorrow at 5:30 as they host the Dallas Wings, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 5:15. And finally, Game 5 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night. Knicks leading 3-1 in the series as both teams head back to San Antonio. Spurs are 5.5-point betting favorites coming into the contest as you can catch Game 5 right here on the Fan Sports Network when pregame tips off at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt, missing work, insurance companies acting like jerks. Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at warrenallen.com.
Your home for Seahawks.
Coming up next, everybody's favorite. We are live here at Gold PDX on the corner of Hawthorne and 18th in Southeast Portland. And one of my favorite people in the entire world is here joining us, Fletcher Johnson, the voice of the Portland Timbers. You can hear him right here.
High praise.
On the Fan Sports Network. Well,
he doesn't like me, so.
Danny and I were...
Well, that's understandable. You guys have to work together every day, right?
Well, Danny and I were laughing the other day that during this whole Portland Timbers coaching search, now that Neville has been relieved of duties, or the mutually parting away, we've decided that it should just be you.
Whoa.
That you do the pregame show and you go, sorry guys, I gotta go.
Gotta
and then
pop
you head
those
down.
off.
Then you pop down there, or we keep the headset on and you do play-by-play while managing the team.
I mean, hey, I'm down. Let's jack of all trades. Let's do it. Yeah.
We thought about we just should have started calling you caretaker.
Yeah.
Yes, that's your new nickname. Yeah. It's just caretaker.
Bill Russell and me, right? Player, coach, play-by-play.
You got a little magic in you too. Oh, that's too great. Well, hello, friend. How was your break? It's an unusual kind of situation for you this season.
I mean, honestly, I love it. It's great. With the end of the school year for my girls and everything, going to get to be a little bit more present for some of that. End of the softball season, they both play softball. So, no, it's been good, and I'm stoked for the World Cup. Took them out and watched the game yesterday, Mexico, South Africa, and then hung out in the backyard and watched the late game, which was Czechia, South Korea. So I'm soaking it all in, man. I'm going to be up in Seattle. I'm going to try and go to the U.S. game next Friday.
Oh, nice.
So going to bite the bullet and spend whatever they're telling me I have to pay to get in.
It does seem like prices are going down a little bit.
Yeah.
A little bit.
Knock on wood. Keep that going that direction,
Guys, how did we not press past this thing?
Well, I don't – you guys could.
I
don't think I can.
You don't count?
I'm not actually covering the game. You guys could be like, well, we're here for the radio show.
Covering the game.
Yeah, come on. Yeah.
I want to ask you a Timbers-related World Cup question.
Okay.
It's about our guy Finn Sermon on the back line, all right? An exciting player. Really excited to have him in the New Zealand squad. Looks like he's most likely going to start.
Yeah.
As the commentator for the Timbers, someone who works closely with this team, the idea Finn has a really great World Cup could drive his price up and could potentially accelerate him in a way leaving the club for greener pastures, which of course we'd wish him all the best.
Yeah.
Does part of you kind of wish he doesn't have a good World Cup so we can keep him around? But talk to me about Finn and that opportunity for him representing the Timbers and being at the World Cup.
I mean, I've had the opportunity to chat with Finn, a bunch of times. He's such a great young man. I called him kid when he got announced, but I mean, he's a man, right? Like he's playing MLS. But look, this is a kid and a player who can go a long ways. I mean, he's so young. He's raw, but even since he came in, his first match that he ever started was Decision Day, the last game of the regular season in 2024 in Seattle, helping the Timbers secure the Cascadia Cup in that match with a draw, and he's really only grown since then. I mean, he is, the anchor of that back line, and I think has really established himself as the main voice along that back line, and if not for Diego Chara, probably would be consistently wearing the captain's armband for this team. So, yeah, I mean, it's one of the tricky parts about Major League Soccer where it's at right now is you have a situation with Finn Sermon where if he goes out and he crushes it in the World Cup, shows himself really well, he's already played well in the friendlies that they played pre-World Cup, that you could sell him off and bring in a bunch of money for the club, which is going to help you bring in more players to just build the depth and the talent within this squad. So it's that give take, right? Like, yeah, you're going to be disappointed if he leaves, but he's always going to have great memories of being here. We're going to have great memories of him being here, and it's only going to help the club moving forward.
Fletcher, we had Taylor Twellman on last week, and we were talking about just kind of not only the state of U.S. soccer, but the impact of MLS on the World Cup and just the level of play rising and the number of players coming out of it. When you sit here and you look at this Timbers roster, you've got a couple guys that are out there, but you've got guys all across this league now that aren't just guys that are substitutes or last adds to rosters. Like, you've got contributing players up and down the MLS. How much further does this have to go for the MLS before not only do they start getting guys like the Muellers and the Messis and those guys that are coming over peak career or closer to peak career, but also the younger guys that are coming up to MLS that become stalwarts that are leading nations regularly, like we see in the big three leagues in the world.
Yeah, I think that the calendar switch that's going to take place next year is a part of that discussion, but I think honestly the salaries have to continue to become more competitive with leagues like even in other sports, in the NBA and NFL, and that's only going to come as the league continues to grow. I mean, 1994 was really when MLS kind of started. Now, the league didn't start then, but it was that World Cup that brought a lot of excitement about soccer and men's soccer into the United States. And I think that if you really take that into consideration, the league's 30 years old, right? I mean, think about where the NBA or Major League Baseball were when they were 30 years old. You know, it takes time and it takes generations of fans to be brought up rooting for the Timbers or rooting for Real Salt Lake or Chicago or LAFC or whoever it might be.
I like how you left Seattle out.
Right? Yeah. Nobody up north. No one roots for them. Whatever. Yeah,
nobody up north.
They exist, but that's about it. But I mean, really, when you take that into consideration, we all grew up rooting for teams probably because our parents rooted for them or because our parents watched them, and that built our fandom and our passion for it. And so I think it's unrealistic to think that in this time or in the next 5 years, MLS is going to be competitive with the bigger leagues in the world and even leagues here in the United States, NBA, NFL, Major League Baseball. But 15, 20, 25 years, if they continue to grow the right way, if they're smart with their money, if ownership and fans continue to come out, support the team, both financially and obviously with butts and seats, there's no reason that in the next 20 to 30 years, MLS can't be one of the top 5 leagues in the world.
It's Fletcher Johnson, voice of the Portland Timbers, which you can catch all games right here on the Fan Sports Network. You and Aaron Heitzen do such a fantastic job. I love that you guys are part of our family right now. Let's get into this World Cup, okay, Fletch?
Yep.
Like USA, we're going to preview USA here in the noon, and obviously being one of the host countries, a lot of excitement around it. When you look at this USA team, pluses, minuses, your concerns, your hopes, your dreams, how do you feel when you see this team stack up?
Anytime you're hosting a World Cup, the goal, I think, is, well, especially with a 48-team World Cup, 48-team World Cup, you have to get into the knockout stages, but I think realistically you need to get into the round of 16 for it to be viewed as a success. There's tons of talent across this team, and the manager, I think, has this team playing well heading into the World Cup. If you watch the friendly against Germany last weekend in Chicago, the first 45 minutes was really impressive.
I agreed. I thought the first half against Senegal was really good as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I think that there's reason to believe that this team can make a run in this tournament. Do I think that they're on the level with England and France? No, I don't think that they are, and they're going to be relying on the home field advantage to give them the benefit of the doubt. You mentioned, Danny, that Taylor Twellman, you had him on last week. I was watching him on SVP last night, and he was talking about how what are the teams that are playing in temperature-controlled arenas.
He did talk about that.
Be huge.
I heard Taylor say the same thing.
It's not a joke.
No.
I mean, you think about England and Germany, and maybe the teams from Africa have a little bit of benefit here. Maybe the teams from Asia get a little bit of a benefit. But I think that that's a big piece to kind of keep an eye on. But specifically as it relates to the U.S., tonight is huge. If they win tonight, I think that they're going to put themselves in a really good spot to win the group and play likely Iran in the round of 32. As opposed to, if they lose, playing one of the top 5 to 7 ranked teams in the world in the round of 32, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult. So for me, tonight is huge against Paraguay. You don't want to go into that last group stage match against Turkey needing a result to advance or to win the group. I think if you can beat Paraguay and beat Australia, you're going to be in prime position to put yourself in a great place to make a deep run in the tourney.
Fast forward to the future, 2 weeks from now. The U.S. is out of the round or moves past the round of 16. What's the headline? What has happened that has got U.S. advancing past the round of 16?
I think it is just quality play. I think it's defensively strong, not giving up cheap goals, not giving the ball away cheaply, and it's probably Christian Pulisic and whoever is going to be playing up front that are scoring goals and
Tyler
and
Adams is
the
big key for me.
Yeah, I could see Tyler Adams being a big part of this. Weston McKennie needs to play well. There are options. There's talent on the field. It's just that they've never been able to put it together. But, I mean, even for us sitting here, how nice is it to be able to watch the World Cup at noon, 3, 6, 8 o'clock instead of having to wake up at 4 a.m. to catch the U.S. game, right?
Like Vuvuzela's putting me to sleep.
That stuff matters.
Yeah.
And so I think that that's where the U.S. really has to take advantage of this opportunity, like Mexico did yesterday, beating South Africa and taking care of business in Game 1. U.S. needs to take care of business in Game 1 tonight.
We'll get you out of here on this. Outside of USA, who do you like? Who do you enjoy watching? Who do you think is going to win? Give me your dark horses. I mean, I think we're all in the Morocco wagon.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to root against Morocco. Man, now that Messi's won it, you know, you look at Ronaldo, you go Portugal. Okay. I don't know if they have enough talent to really make it all the way. What do you got? What's that? Bosnia Herzegovina. Let's go.
You know how many
absolutely. Sign me up.
You know how
they
many
play Canada today.
You know how many Bosnians I grew up with? I know like 4 or 5 Bosnians,
dude,
which is a lot for Bosnians in America.
I love that. Let's go. Yeah,
shout out Yusuf Nurkic.
That's my thing. Is the World Cup is the best when you have teams that you're not expecting to make runs. Morocco 4 years ago. You think of other great results that teams have had, whether it be Saudi Arabia beating Argentina in Game 1 of the World Cup 4 years ago. Like, you have those. That's what makes this great. Yes, you want to see at the end, when it's all said and done, Argentina, France, England, the big clubs playing one another, the big countries playing one another. But man, when you get teams like Bosnia-Herzegovina, South Africa, Senegal, Ghana back in the day, making runs in the tournament, people are excited about that and excited about the fact that you have an upstart that maybe you don't know a whole ton about that's trying to take down Goliath.
He's Fletcher Johnson. You can catch him for every Timbers game right here on the Fan Sports Network. We get you back, for the Seattle game? On the 16th of July?
I will be flying in on a red eye from Hawaii into Seattle that morning to call that game. I cannot wait for Timbers Sounders to start leg 2.
Little plane flight game prep?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Spring for the Wi-Fi. Just call Merritt. Have him spring for the Wi-Fi.
If game prep means sleeping on the plane, then yes, I'm going to be prepping hard for that game.
Fletcher, thank you as always, my man. It's great to see you. Enjoy the World Cup. Enjoy the summer, and we'll catch you when the MLS starts back up.
Yeah, appreciate it, gents. Enjoy the World Cup.
He is Fletcher Johnson. As I said, play-by-play, him and Aaron Heitzen. You can catch him with Adam Sussman doing pregame, halftime, postgame on the Fan Sports Network for every single Timbers game, your home of the Portland Timbers right here on the Fan. We come back, Web Gems, everybody's favorite, 105.1 The Fan.
The biggest questions of the
All right, everybody's favorite Web Gems. Coming up in the Big Nooner, we will preview the U.S. men's national team and what a successful World Cup looks like for them. You just heard Fletcher Johnson, who joined us. You're going to want to flip it and reverse it. And then we'll take a peek at NBA Finals Game 5 as well. But Web Gems is brought to you. It's a little World Cup vibe. And, Danny, we've kind of alluded to some of this throughout the day today. There is a German soccer fan right now who is touring SEC country, and the SEC country has decided you can't have him back. They have decided to adopt this man because he's buying shoes at Walmart, Buc-ee's brisket sandwiches, and seeing SEC stadiums, and they're blowing his mind.
Yeah.
The idea of people coming to America, okay, I would be like, come to Portland. Portland's awesome. Let me show you around. Seattle's great too. San Francisco, L.A. The idea of a German heading to Alabama where it just means more. It's got to be a fun situation.
Well, our illustrious Mark Hamilton was taken to the South, went to Alabama, and I'm telling you, man, when Dusty and I went to Army and Navy 2 years ago, Josh and I can't remember the other guy's name. They're two Brits. They were kind of like one of the first guys, like TikTok folks, influencers that came over from Europe and like saw the greatness, or they came over from England and saw the greatness of America. And this has become a trend. When you come over to America, if you're from England, if you're from Spain, if you're from Germany, you don't go to New York, you don't go to LA, you don't go to Miami. You go to the South.
I guess that's the truth, because like that's like, I don't know. One thing you see in World Cups is, and I mean this in a very positive way, is you see a lot of country stereotypes. Like, just think of the names. You know, when Croatia went on a run, was that 2 World Cups ago, and they lost to France in the final. Every guy's last name starts with IC.
Yes.
Everybody is an itch. And, from there. And you watched the Mexico game last night. There's Gutierrez and Alvarez.
Everybody's last name is a Z.
Traditional, Hispanic names there. And you see Americans, and they're all over the place, which is kind of American, One of the best players for England's Harry Kane. You're like, yep, that sounds pretty British to me. And so I guess you're right. What's more stereotypical America than living in the South?
It is.
Drinking some sweet tea, watching football.
It's so crazy, the number of people that I know that have come over from Europe that they go to the South. You know what they end up doing? I'm going back home. I'm talking to so-and-so. I'm looking for a job here because I want to move here. Because what do you have down south? Your cost of living's cheaper. You have land. You've got good weather. It's, for the most part, dry, with the exception of some places. It's humid. But people are nice. And I'll say this a million times. I don't care if we're in the middle of downtown Portland. Portlanders think Portland people are nice. You're not. Go to the South. They're nice. Like, when you talk about, like, proper manners, like somebody actually having eye contact with you when you're walking down the sidewalk, a little hat tip, a little nod, a little recognition that you exist, that is everyone in the South. And it's like, if you are from Europe where that's so foreign, it's a shock to your system, and then the shock to your internals is stopping at Buc-ee's and getting food. Like, that's the thing. Is like, and then this guy went to Auburn and watched the friendly there, and he was like, "This is the genesis of the European mind cannot comprehend this."
He tweeted. I'm going to read some of his tweets for you. That was one of them. He was like, "There is an eagle flying around the stadium right now."
Because it's War Eagle.
You can follow him on Twitter, FreddyLA7. Atlanta is so green, it's crazy. It feels like you're in a forest the whole time, and he's got pictures documenting
That's the
this.
thing about Europe. When you're in big cities, it's just concrete jungles. You don't get the greenery outside of, unless you're going into small towns, whereas like our urban dispersal is like, look at the green we have here, but then you go 5 minutes anyway. It's like, oh, here's a massive park. There's a river. It's like, it's different compared to what the Europeans are used to, which is apartments on top of apartments on top of apartments on top of apartments.
Old ones too.
Yeah.
Just had our first Waffle House experience at 1 a.m. Great food, great prices, and a friendly staff. 10 out of 10 will be coming back. Currently tubing down the Chattahoochee River. Okay. And he said, we paid the ultimate price for not spending $3 on lockers during river tubing. Our shoes are soaked, completely unusable. Time for shopping at Walmart. He posts a picture of Taco Bell and just says, the Holy Land. He's watching the NBA Finals at a Chili's.
Yeah.
Things that we laugh about, and we're like, Chili's?
And you can see the photo.
Why do you want to go to Chili's?
It's all the apps.
Oh, yeah.
It's all the apps.
Of course it is.
So, no, I have seen this happen time after time after time after time after time. We just talked about, Mark Hamilton being down there. He was like, this place is awesome. Like, they're talking about getting him to go down to Birmingham, so it'd be Ham and the Ham. It's like, it's being able to do that and experience the culture greatness of America. Like, when I say America, Where do you think? Do you think New York? Do you think L.A.? Or do you picture, American bald eagle tank top with guns and fireworks and cowboy hats and truck nuts?
Have you seen the movie Three Kings with Mark Wahlberg,
Yes.
Ice Cube, and Spike Jonze?
With the gold bars, yeah.
And they're like, it's enough to make you quit your day job. And it shows Marky Mark, rips open this printer thing. Ink is all over him. Ice Cube is like a luggage loader at the airport. And then it cuts to Spike Jonze, who's got a mullet and a shotgun, and he's blowing up teddy bears. He goes, I don't really got a day job, sir. That's America.
Yes. It's 100% it.
The governor of Alabama, Governor Kay Ivey, retweeted his the European mind can't comprehend this. And they said, y'all got to come back in the fall just to see how we do Saturdays in Alabama.
Yeah.
You can't not say it without the accent.
No, you can't. But that's the whole thing is be the caricature.
Yeah, lean into it.
Lean into it.
As long as you're not hurting anybody, I think you got to lean into it.
But yeah, no, it's been fun. The Scots taking over Boston and
I like the concept of bleep the English the
yeah,
entire time.
have fun.
Yeah. All right, well, we're about 4 or 5 minutes away from kickoff of Canada-Bosnia-Herzegovina down here at Goal PDX on the corner of 18th and Hawthorne. That's GOL PDX. Come on down, celebrate with us. We'll be doing this show live till 1. I'm at least sticking around through the Canada game and maybe a little bit after that. USA kicks off at 6. It's going to be a wild, raucous crowd down here. So my suggestion is to start drinking early and get here early. When we come back, the big nooner is next. Estados Unidos, 105.1 The Fan.
This is the International Soccer Report, brought to you by Goal PDX on the corner of Southeast Hawthorne and 18th Avenue. Food, spirits, football.
Jimenez does what his units again. Alvarado's crossing. It's the goal he was looking for. It's Raul Jimenez, and it's 2-0. A World Cup goal at last.
That's Mexico as they scored a goal last night. I believe that's Ian Dark and Landon Donovan on the call. Mexico wins 2-0. Impressive fashion in front of their home crowd, too, as they took down South Africa. 3 red cards, 2 goals. That's a wild way to start. This International Soccer Report is brought to you by Goal PDX. Come out and join us for the final hour here on the corner of Hawthorne and 18th. Tequila. Oh, gosh, I can't remember the sponsors. I don't have the sheet in front of me. Cricket Wireless and Goal PDX. And Tullamore Dew, why not? 105.1 The Fan.
I'm Pat Boyle here to help you be the local Westwood One Sports NBA Finals game.
2 down, 1 to go here. The firm of Harris and Marang. We do this bad boy every single Monday through Friday from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Thank you for being a part of our day. We are stoked to be a part of your day, especially live here at Goal PDX on the corner of 18th and Hawthorne in Southeast Portland. After us, we'll toss it over to bonus hour of the happy hour with Luke Anderson from 1 to 3, and then prime time from 3 to 7. Take you all the way home, finishing up 13 hours of live, local, continuous regional sports talk radio. Also Saturday, Sports Saturday from 10 to noon, 9 to 11 with Joe Fisher and Rashad Taylor. One half of the Cargo Shorts Classic on Saturdays at 9 a.m. We are live at Goal PDX on 18th and Hawthorne. We'd like to thank our friends over at Cricket Wireless as well. They got a ton of activations going on, some giveaways throughout the day. There might be a really, really sexy one too, so you'll want to come down and check those guys out as Canada has just started kick against Bosnia-Herzegovina. We'll keep an eye on this game, USA tonight at 6. But Danny, let's get into this, all right? Estados Unidos, they play at 6 o'clock tonight. It's weird because, Danny, I don't know if there's a USA team that I've seen with maybe less pressure on them than this team.
Despite playing at home, despite maybe having the most talented player in the program's history, despite having a favorable draw.
What's with that? It's strange, isn't it?
I think it's because they've done a really poor job of marketing it.
Mm-hmm.
I've also,
you mean Diego Luna as the face of U.S. men's national team, the guy that's not on the squad?
Yeah. I also think some of that might have been intentional.
Yeah.
Because I don't think they think that this team is that good. And I shouldn't say that as a standalone. I think there's a part of this that they think that team isn't that good in comparison. If this team goes up and plays a 2002 team, they absolutely mop them just with talent, just because guys are so much better now. And again, that's not a slight to those guys from 20-plus years ago. It's just that where the game is at now, like, imagine having a Pulisic on that squad.
It would have been nice.
Imagine having a Tyler Adams on that squad.
Yeah.
A Weston McKennie on that squad.
Tim Way, yeah.
Like,
I think, too, and to your point as well, outside of whoever Poch decides to go with that goalkeeper tonight, which nobody knows. For my money, it should be Matt Turner. For my money, he has the experience. He's had a great season.
And that's another part of
in the MLS.
Go back to Belgium.
In 14.
Whose team was that?
That's Tim Howard's team.
Whose team is this?
I don't know. I think it's Tyler Adams' team.
But you know
obviously
what I mean?
Christian gets the eyeballs.
But is it his team?
I don't know that.
We're Landon's teams.
That was Landon's teams, yes.
Clint Dempsey.
He passed it off to Clint there for a little bit, yep. And I think also what I was going to get to is outside of whoever's going to start a goalie in Tim Ream, I believe everybody else starts internationally. And that is something that we've never seen with Team USA as well. Maybe the concept of not having a ton of pressure on this squad is a good thing. Playing in your home country.
And being able to run in the background.
Playing in your own country is already a ton of pressure. You know, when Germany hosts, they expect to win. When Brazil hosts, they expect to win. And they don't always do. There's only a handful of countries that have won on their home ground. Yeah. And so to be able to have that success, they might need to temper expectations. We had Fletcher Johnson on earlier, and he was talking about this, and I want to echo it as well. When you have these friendlies that lead up to the World Cup, okay, you have an unlimited amount of subs, so you're going to play guys, you're going to mess with combos.
You're going to get run.
You're going to mess with combos and give people a little bit of rest. The first half of both Senegal and Germany looked to me about as close as what the starting roster is going to be. Dude, I'm telling you, the amount of effort and intensity this team is playing with is intoxicating.
It's high.
I think that is what Americans are going to take away from. Because I also think we have to remember in America that despite this being the global game, it's 5 on the list behind NFL, NBA, MLB, hockey, college football. Is it number 6?
No, I mean, college football is even ahead of NBA.
I know they are. I didn't mean to rank those. But is soccer ahead of hockey? I don't know if that's the truth.
Nah.
Just being honest, I watch more soccer than hockey, but I think I might be in the minority of that. And so in this country, I think American fans will have tempered expectations.
And what gets Americans going? It's a dude.
And it's pride. I mean, look at Team USA in the Olympics with hockey. Okay, every person was on their feet for USA hockey because they beat Canada. They beat the bad guys. They beat the big old bullies.
And that's the thing is, like, tactically, the two friendlies you were talking about, I thought they did look good, but I also think that there was a little bit of overexposure of that defense.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what concerns me about this team right now is they're old back there. And
Tim Ream is 38,
there ain't
37.
DeAndre Yedlin ain't back there eating up, 50 yards in a heartbeat. You don't have somebody where you don't have a wing back, full back, left back, right back who, if a ball is played over the top, can eat up more ground than anybody else and make that recovery. What's his name? Played in Brazil too. Old wing back they had, Bradley. Not Michael Bradley. God, it starts with a B. Totally blanking on his name. Beasley.
Oh yeah, DeMarcus
Beasley. Like, they don't have that guy that, like, when you look at this roster, is there anybody on this team athletically that you're like, that guy can bail me out?
I don't know. I don't think
you
so.
know what I mean? Like they've
Not
always
on the
had
back line.
They've always had one of those guys.
John Brooks.
They've always had one of those guys, and I don't think they have that right now. And they are not a good enough a possession team to make a mistake and be able to recover against good teams.
Yeah, and Poch is going to play with a back three, so his kind of hybrid lineup is like a 3-4-2-1,
which is trying to hide that a little bit.
Agreed. And what I think will expose the USA, and Fletcher said this best too, and you're alluding to it as well. Can't have cheap turnovers.
Nope.
Can't lose possession in the middle of the field because you will get burned.
Especially if you're going to push those wingbacks up.
Because when I look at that middle four, if you are going 3-4-2-1, that middle four, Anthony Robinson goes forward. Weston McKennie goes forward. Serginho Dest goes forward, and that leaves Tyler Adams all by himself. Yep. And let's not forget, Tyler Adams, for my money, is my favorite player on this team.
But he's injury prone.
He is the captain. I know we call Christian Captain America, but Tyler wears the armband most of the time. He is injury prone. And if he goes down at any time, he is the only true defensive midfielder on this squad. And Poch is going to have to evolve to
You have to change your shape. At that point in time, you have to change your shape.
You throw everything out the window. I'm sure Pochettino has a backup plan, but you throw everything out the window if that happens. And I think you nailed it straight on. Now, from the positives, has America ever had this much potential
as far
attack?
No, not overall. They've had an individually excellent player here or there, but either they had the striker and they were missing the connecting attacker or connecting midfielder. They had the connecting midfielder. They didn't have the finishing.
That's usually what it was.
That's usually the case, Wando. Like, those are the things where it's like, you go through the eras, and we talk about Spain and like leading into a golden era for soccer. It's like, it's because their attack is absolutely bonkers. So is their midfield. So is their defense. Like, you just look at it's all three levels. We talk about this with the Dutch all the time. The Dutch have had teams that they've had incredibly strong defenses with middling midfielders and just absolutely dynamite attackers, or they've had middling defenses with absolute dynamite attackers and a great midfield. Like, they've never been able to put all three levels together. And I think the U.S. is like, you look at it and you're like, there's nothing that really pops, but there's nothing that really, like, other than maybe the athleticism of the defense.
You're going to be able to send Anthony Robinson forward, Weston McKennie, Serginho Dest, Tillman, Pulisic, Balogun. That's 6 guys you can throw forward. And I think tonight is going to be an extremely important match. You can't draw this game.
No.
You can't draw this game. And if you do draw this game, you have to have put a goal in the net.
Yeah.
I think you have to score a goal tonight, and I think you have to take all 3 points.
To be honest, if you're drawing this game, it's because you got a goal early and then you picked up a red.
Agreed.
Like, if you're playing a man down because something stupid happens, that's the only way I think you come out of this game and you're okay with a draw.
I haven't looked at the text line to see if anybody caught me or not, but I should say I believe Tim Ream is the captain of America this year. I believe Pochettino made Tim Ream the captain.
Made the old man.
So he will wear the armband today. And the last point I'll say, and then, let's take a break. Let's stick with this. What a quality World Cup performance from the Americans look like. How far do they need to go? The optics and all that goes involved with that. We'll take a quick break. That's Danny, and I'm Patrick, live from Goal PDX in Southeast Portland on 105.1 The Fan.
and 1080 AM. The Fan.
How did that turn into a drop?
How did what?
For whatever reason, I didn't grab my banana this morning.
Casey's had that drop for about 3 weeks now.
I just never caught it.
Yeah, because pay attention to the great work that is Casey Smith.
When the lights go on, maybe that's when I come on.
Every other time, you're just like, pay no attention to the man.
It's like what I do when we're on remote, man. We sign up, bloop.
Yeah, but you are on top of that. Your TV brain kicks in.
It 100% kicks in. I will never, ever, 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 ever have a hot mic. I just do not. I have heard so many horror stories. I will not touch it.
Well, we are live down here at Goal PDX on the corner of 18th and Hawthorne on a beautiful Friday afternoon.
It could not be better out here.
It could not be. And you know what, Canadians? I am disappointed in you as your brethren to the south. There are more Bosnia-Herzegovina fans at Goal PDX right now than there are Canadians. And shame on you, for you are a dark horse team for me in this tournament.
And you're close by.
And you're close by, bro. I love Canadians. They're great. It's because you're here.
Yeah, they heard.
You think Shaden's coming down here today?
Definitely not a chance.
Would be more surprised. I think there's a better chance LeBron James walks into this place than Shaden Sharp today.
Probably.
We're having a conversation about Team USA as they play at 6 o'clock tonight against Paraguay in a game that they must win, and kind of talking about the expectations of this team and how far they need to go. You heard, again, while hiking back to Fletcher Johnson, he was on in the 11 o'clock hour. If you missed that, go back and check out the podcast. He said that because of 48, you need to get out of the group, and in theory, you should win round of 32 and get into the final 16. I think that's probably about where America goes. I think they will run into one of those elites. Some of the mock-ups I've seen is most likely Argentina, assuming they kind of roll through and gain all possible points everywhere they go. But, Danny, I think for me,
those are all mock-ups, too. Here's the thing, though. Somebody's going to screw up somewhere, and some monster is going to end up where they're not supposed to be.
Some Brazil's going to lose 7-0.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's going to happen. All of a sudden, a bracket that was supposed to be favorable is all of a sudden you're like, what the heck?
Yeah, it becomes a nightmare fuel for you.
Like, why am I playing France now? You know what I mean? Like, they're going, oh, you've got to be kidding me.
That's a great point. But what I will say, I think the most important thing for me about this World Cup when it comes to Estados Unidos is I believe the average age of the team is 28. Okay? So if we just pretend, I know Reem's older and there's some younger guys. If we just pretend that everybody is 28, in 4 years, you're going to be 32, and welcome to Golden Generation of USA Soccer Part 2. And in 4 years, that should be, in theory, a team that could make a quarterfinal, a semifinal, assuming the talent continues to grow.
And that was the thing, when we had 12 on last week, he said there's not a bunch of guys in the pipeline that are super young, but there are some guys that they're looking at that could be the addition of, the guys that are 17, 18 years old right now, that when they're 21, 22, 23, that next group, it's not that you have, the means of it all. Like, you're not going to get one of those guys.
No, we are not having Nico and Yamal on the left and right for Spain. That's just not us.
But do all of a sudden...
Those guys play basketball and football.
Yes, it's exactly baseball. It. But, you need the LeBron James, but you also need the Dwayne Wades. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you can get the guys that are U.S. Soccer Hall of Famers, that next, there's a guy or two that every World Cup squad, they have the right diversity. They have, older players, they have younger players, they have their in-prime players. And, when you look at this U.S. team right now, I don't think they necessarily have the right mix. But in 4 years, could they? Could they have the guys that are... Because that's the thing, that's where you look out in this stuff. That's where golden generations come from. It's the right players at the right time in the right mix, all hitting their not necessarily their peaks, but the spots that matter the most at those times.
And that's why I don't want to say that this is a year that America should punt on. That's not what I'm saying. America's not going to win the World Cup right now, okay? They're just not ready for it. We're not there.
USA.
And I'm going to beat my chest the entire time this team is in this tournament that I am so pro-USA soccer, it's not even funny. I don't want to say to give up on this, but start seeing how you match up against other teams, because in 4 years, Portugal, Morocco, Spain, that could really, really be your time. Play with intensity. Take chances. Don't be stupid. But we talk about this with the Spurs, which we'll get into the NBA Finals Game 5 next. But we talked about with the Spurs and with the Thunder last year, learning as you go. Now, the Spurs learned as they go
and are winning
to a point that they could get a ring. I don't think USA Soccer's there by any means.
Not normal.
But take that same approach. Use this okay, let's take our Portland Trailblazers, for example, all right? Maybe be a playoff team at the beginning of the season. In theory, win 40, 44 games. Somewhere, what'd you say, 44?
No, coming into this season, I said the number I had was 40.
40. Yeah, take some steps, and then they got to the playoffs, and you saw them win a game, and there's some weird circumstances, and you saw Donovan get exposed a little bit. You saw Denny have a good game and have a bad game, and you can kind of see that team building, and I think this U.S. men's national team can kind of be in that same spot. We don't expect you to win the game. We don't expect you to win the whole tournament. But I think there's a very good opportunity for you to make some noise and people say, whoa, what was that? Speaking of, what was that?
I don't know.
Bosnia scored. So Bosnia is up 1-0. I'm a little delayed off a corner kick. Nice header, far post. Nobody touches it.
Flick.
Bosnia in the hey, Danny, you're talking about one of those teams could make a big mistake. Canada's a dark horse team for me.
That's a beautiful
Them losing
goal.
points to Bosnia-Herzegovina, this is no shot at the Bosnia crowd. This is a Bosnia-friendly bar right now down here at Goal PDX. Canada losing this game and missing out on points, that is a shocker. That allows somebody to sneak in, then all of a sudden USA, or all of a sudden somebody in the round of 32 gets Canada instead of, South Africa or somebody like that. That's where that shakeup goes.
Yeah, looking around the Canadian goalkeeper right now, he is pissed at his defense.
As he probably should be.
Yeah, getting a clean header like that off the near post, that's tough.
Look, a quick little Canada thing here. Their coach is Jesse Marsh, who is an American. He coached at Leeds. He coached, I believe he's Red Bull Salzburg in Europe. He's coached in the Champions League. He's coached in the Premier League. He's the guy I wanted America to get. He wanted the job.
Wait, is Edin Dzeko out there for Bosnia? Good God, is he that old? I thought he was too old to be playing.
There are Bosnian fans in the crowd crying right now, which is really rad to see. Here, I've got the lineup for you right here, Danny, if you want to see it.
Is Edin Dzeko actually out there?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. I saw Dzeko out there, and I was like, there's no way.
He was a guy that really wanted the USA job. After Leeds let him go, he really wanted the USA job. But USA, for some unknown reason, decided to stick with Berhalter, and so Marsh said, fine, I'm going to go to Canada. And they had a great showing at the Gold Cup, and Canada was like, let's keep you around, amigo. And he was like, hell yeah, let's stick it to the Americans for being idiots. Classic us.
Gotta love it.
I'm curious.
That is Edin Dzeko out there.
Oh, is it?
He is 40 years old.
That's awesome.
I was just like, that he played for Bosnia, but is there another Dzeko out there? Yeah. So it's kind of funny. Their attack, they've got an attacker who's 18 and one who's 40.
Okay, I'm into that.
That's rad.
Okay, I'm really into that.
You got a guy who's more than twice as old as another one of those. But that's what we're talking about. We were just talking about having that right mix, right? Like just having the guys out there that like, I mean, Dzeko's has been their best player for a long time. And again, he's 40 years old. Like, that's a guy that was a Premier League, starting 11 top end striker for a long time. When you've got those guys, even if you Ronaldo it, even if you Dzeko it, even if you Neymar it, like if you're old, still having those guys around is a valuable thing to have.
Without a doubt, Portugal is very excited to have Cristiano Ronaldo around. And the eyeballs. TV is also very excited about that.
But it matters.
Back into America, something that I wanted to bring up to you, Danny, that I'm curious about is America. I think one thing they've got to kind of figure out is what kind of identity of coach do you want? The Timbers are going through this right now and trying to find their new manager for the rest of the season. Again, we are going to die on the hill that the caretaker, our own Fletcher Johnson, should be the manager. But Mauricio Pochettino, okay, a very successful club-level coach, takes his first international duty. Now, people are pluses and minuses on Pochettino.
And reporting has just come out today that the only reason the U.S. was able to land Poch was by a generous donation of millions of dollars from the founder of Citadel.
Well, I do not want to don't get me started on the United States Federation, okay? I have a lot of issues with them, and I'll probably lose my job with the Timbers if I go too hard at the Federation. But I like the concept. They've got to figure it out. Are you going to go the Bruce Arenas, Bob Bradley's, Berhalters of the world, or are you going to go Jurgen Klinsmann, Mauricio Pochettino's of the world? I think all signs
Carlo Ancelotti.
All signs point to Pochettino not being on this squad after this World Cup, as he is rumored for some other jobs in Europe, and he probably wants to coach every week and not every other year. So we'll see what that happens. But America is able to have somebody who founded Citadel in the true college football NIL way go say, who do you want? I'll pay for it.
CTC.
It's not going to be Pep Guardiola. But if you can continue to get those kind of names and the team continues to build, dude, I'm telling you, in 4 years, quarterfinals, semifinals is not out of the question.
Hey,
That's
Roberto
2002.
Martinez, what are you up to?
Right. This is Roberto Martinez's last run with Belgium. If he doesn't do it, he gone.
Yeah.
So those are the kind of coaches you can get. And I think right now the United States, the best outcome for them in this World Cup is have a good resume. Look competent. Look like a federation that is going somewhere. Don't look like a team where your country doesn't even care. You know what I mean? Look like a team where your country is rallying around you and you see some bright spots. You just got out-athleted. We never killed dude, when the Blazers lost to the Spurs in the playoffs, we never once killed the Blazers. No. They weren't ready. They're not good enough to beat the Spurs. And that's totally okay.
Yes. It's the simple things, man. Steps are necessary.
Dude, I'm hot right now.
Not only that, it's actually getting warmer out here.
Oh, I just mean I'm fired up.
Oh, okay.
I'm fired up. Any of your thoughts, 503-864-6326 or over on the YouTubes. I'll read some of those on the other side. But, Danny, we got finals could be over by the time we come back on Monday.
They could.
Let's get into Game 5, what that looks like, which is tomorrow. We're live at Gold PDX in Southeast Portland, corner of 18th and Hawthorne. Our good friends Cricket Wireless in the house as well. They got a bunch of giveaways and some activations as well. Come on down, say hi, and USA is at 6 o'clock as Bosnia leads Canada 1-0. You're listening to The Firm, and we'll send it back home to Casey with sports.
Now, from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk, a Sports Center update on the Fan Sports Network, 105.1 FM and 1080 AM.
This sports update is brought to you by 808 Hawaiian Restaurant. Mixed plates like Grandma used to make if your grandma were from the Big Island. Woodstock, Burnside, Beaverton, or online at ate-oh-ate.com. First on the Fan, your U.S. men's national team begins their World Cup journey today as they take on Paraguay in their first match of the group stage. Kickoff at 6 p.m. over on Fox 12 Oregon as the U.S. comes into the match as plus 110 betting favorites. Over to the NHL as the Carolina Hurricanes took Game 5 of the Stanley Cup Final to take the 3-2 lead in the series as they took down the Vegas Golden Knights 4-2 last night. Game 6 will be on Sunday in Las Vegas as the Hurricanes have a chance to take home the Stanley Cup for the second time in team history. Your Portland Fire fell to the Las Vegas Aces inside the Moda Center last night. Final score in that one was 105-89 as Asia Wilson and Chelsea Gray combined for 61 points as the Aces were lights out from the three for all four quarters. Fire are back in action tomorrow night at 5:30 as they host the Dallas Wings, as you can catch that game over on 9:10 a.m. when pregame starts at 5:15. And finally, Game 5 of the NBA Finals is tomorrow night. Knicks leading 3-1 in the series as both teams head back to San Antonio. Spurs are 5.5-point betting favorites coming into the contest as you can catch Game 5 right here on the Fan Sports Network when coverage tips off at 4:30. And for more sports scores and stories in 30 minutes, I'm Lowercase from the George McCoy at Warren Allen Sports Desk. Hurt missing work? Insurance companies acting like jerks? Don't call your mom. Call George McCoy at WarrenAllen.com.
Sports Saturday with AM, The Fan.
Closing arguments coming up next to send you on your way. I just want to give a quick shout out to Goal PDX here on 18th and Hawthorne for being wonderful and gracious hosts today. There's a pretty nice crowd out here right now. This is a very pro-Bosnia-Herzegovina crowd right now. We got one Canada guy over there, although I haven't decided whether or not he is a zombie, if you catch my drift. Haven't quite decided that or not yet. But come on down. The Canada game is 34th minute right now. They'll have the USA game on at 6 o'clock. They'll close down the street when it's needed. This place is going to be rocking tonight. So come on down and say hi. Also a good shout out to our friends over there at Cricket Wireless. Danny, when we come back on Monday, do we still have an NBA Finals?
Yes.
I also agree. San Antonio Spurs down 3-1 to the New York Knickerbockers. It's a do-or-die game, Game 5. I expect it to be the least entertaining game of the series.
Wemby has said the press availability that Game 4 is behind them. Mitch Johnson today says, I don't really get into social media. I've probably been fired 212 times. We've probably traded Fox 72 times. People have their opinions. I don't care. De'Aaron Fox will have the ball in his hands at the end of the game tomorrow.
Ooh, I like that.
In other words, Dylan Harper is great, but we're going to ride with Fox.
Is that the kiss of death, though? Does that mean if they're losing in the fourth quarter, Fox sits on the bench? I don't think so, because I think that's
what got you there.
But I think that's what's Mitch Johnson, to his credit, what I saw has worked for him at times is keeping Fox, is keeping Castle out there, and rotating out, whether it's Vassell or Champagny, for Dylan Harper, just for that extra added creation, that extra skill, that extra intensity. You keep the veteran on the floor, but you add those two. I expect Wemby to have a classic Wemby game. I expect San Antonio to be absolutely rocking in that. And I don't want to say that the Knicks are going to take the game off. I know I've been pretty harsh about that all playoffs, about teams taking off games. I'm going to pull back on that in this series. I think the Knicks, kind of what you have said sometimes, Danny, I think the Knicks are going to look at this and halfway through the second quarter realize if they got a shot or not.
Yeah.
If threes are raining from downtown for San Antonio, if Cat's in foul trouble, if someone on the bench is not being effective.
You're not playing with house money, but your back is not against the wall.
No, not at all. The desperation level is unbelievable for San Antonio. Because it's their season. I mean, literally, it's their season. My question is I don't know if it'll be enough.
For San Antonio?
Yeah. Well, to win the series.
Oh, okay, to win the series. Yeah, I mean, they're obviously they've got to win 3. Mm-hmm. So the math says no.
The math says no. So game 5 is on Saturday. Is game 6 on Monday, or is it on Tuesday? Is this also where Patrick reminds Danny that he is not coming to work on Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday next week?
Yeah, it's probably not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. Let's see.
At least you get basketball.
I do. Saturday, Tuesday, Friday.
Saturday, Tuesday, Friday. I'll be back with you on Thursday. Preview game 7 on Friday.
I'm here for that.
And that's what I think it's going to be. I mean, if you're San Antonio and you're going into this game 5, what is probably the number one thing you have to do?
Execute.
You
have to execute. That's been their problem. I want to give the Knicks their credit because they did execute. They did fundamentally get it done. They did the thing when they needed to. They chipped away, and when it was all said and done, they gave themselves an opportunity. Now, the Spurs did all the work early, but they got every game, they got a little too reliant on the things they were doing early. They stopped going to the paint. They stopped being the aggressor. They were sloppy with the ball. Obviously Wemby has the chance for the shot, but that's luck not going your way, and you can, to an extent, make your own luck. And that's what the Knicks did in coming back from 29. They made their own luck. They had an opportunity to keep chipping away, like you said. They got it to 11-9, 11-9, 11-9, and when they finally got it there, it was like, uh-oh, because nothing was working for the Spurs. Nothing in particular was working for Wemby. And so you go down that path and you go, what's the thing that you call on? What's the thing that you rely on? What's the thing that you actually take a look at? And I take a look at it and go, what does this look like if San Antonio keeps their head on for a minute longer?
And that's my question. I want to know, Danny, because like you're the more hooper than I am. When you think about Charles Barkley's statement, this is the dumbest team, the stupidest team I have ever seen in the world. Take the mental side out of it, the X's and O's side. What's the lesson you learn and you take into Game 5 strategically, not in the brain, but physically on the court, that you take from that collapse? Of learning to, is it like a patience thing? Is it understanding the rhythm of the game and just slowing it down? Is it that simple? Or is Chuck a little hyperbole there?
I mean, Chuck's a little hyperbole, but he's also not wrong. I think it's like the physical side of it is kind of like the human ethos of Josh Hart as a player. Like,
yeah,
who has been that guy for San Antonio? It's kind of Steph Castle. It's kind of Devin Vassell. Keldon Johnson has typically been that guy, but he hasn't been that guy. Harrison Barnes hasn't really played.
Carter Bryant has a little bit of that kind of attitude.
He's a 19-year-old. He's a baby.
True rookie.
And so, like, Dylan Harper's just weird.
Yeah, I think when we look back at this series, okay, like if New York were to win tomorrow and it's a 5-game series, dude, that's one of the best 5-game series I've ever seen in my life. You know what I mean? And I think we'll look back on it, and that's the point you bring up. What is Josh Hart good at? You know what Josh Hart's good at?
Winning.
Basketball.
Yeah.
Josh Hart is good at basketball. Is he a rebounder? No. Is he a scorer? No. Is he a lockdown effect? No. He's just good at basketball.
It's like the discussion we were having around the NBA draft. Like, Cam Boozer just wins.
And he's just good at basketball.
Yeah, he just...
And I think you're right. That's probably what the Spurs are kind of missing a little bit.
They're missing.
I think Harper can be that. I think Castle can be that. But they're not that.
They're not at that point yet. And I think the Spurs' talent is more overwhelming. I don't think, like somebody texted in. Remember, Danny was one who laughed when somebody suggested New York had a chance prior to the series. Yeah, because the Spurs' talent is better than the Knicks.
Dude, I'm with you on that. It is not close to me.
The gap between Wemby and everybody else in the series is a canyon. People are like, well, what about Brunson? Oh, I'm like, no. Brunson does not have the ability to impact both sides of the floor the way that Victor Wembanyama does.
Also, what is Jalen Brunson? We're about to smash on Jalen Brunson here. What is
He's going to win Finals MVP if they win this in 6 or less, and it should go to OG Anunoby.
What is his shooting percentage this?
I think it's 30
from the field.
6%.
That's not great for an MVP
39%,
and the leading scorer of your team. Okay, when I'm talking SGA, that guy shoots in the 50%, high 40s in these playoff games or in his run last year. Tyrese Halliburton, efficiency. And that's the thing. It's like, is Josh Hart, is Hart, Bridges, Towns, OG, Brunson more experienced than Harper, Fox, Castle, Wemby? Yeah, of course they are. As far as raw talent goes, they're not the Spurs.
No.
But New York has rid that hot hand, the right hand of God, and has made this something and has shown the world. And if you're a Blazer fan listening right now, the Spurs, in theory, can be beatable.
I mean, it's not even in theory. It's in practice.
It's happening.
And I think that's the thing I take away from this, is that opportunity is there, and the Knicks have taken it at every opportunity. They have, having the comebacks that they have had to come, not only just 29 points, but like to get punched in the mouth with 17-3 runs to start games, basically, just like to have the fortitude and to continue executing, to stick to the script, to make your adjustments, and to have the use the dad and the stick-to-itiveness. To stay committed to that is a difficult thing.
And I think this texter brings up the point as well. It depends on how you define talent. You were just talking about Josh Hart and his overall basketball smarts. There's an element of talent there as well. And I think
there is.
And I think that's where we see it in all sports. We're going to see it in this World Cup. You're going to see it in the NFL and college football. There's
no replacement for experience.
No, there isn't. And there's no replacement for, I know people hate when we use this term too much, but there's no replacement for juice. And New York has so much more juice than San Antonio does right now. And in championship games, in finals games, look, last World Cup, did anybody think Argentina wasn't going to win that game? And it might be revisionist history. I might have to go back and check my brain 4 years ago about what I thought about that final. But there are just, is Messi the best player in the world anymore? No, he's slowed down. Like, you watch him, I watch him in the MLS all the time. My co-host on Timbers Fan, Jake Zivit, he covers his games all the time. Yeah. He's slowed down, but he was ready for that moment. Mm-hmm. And the Knicks have been ready and the Spurs haven't.
What it comes down to. It's, you said you came into this series talking about the emotional letdown coming out of the Western Conference Finals. I think there may be more to that than I was willing to give it credit to.
I think so too, and I think physicality drain on that squad as well. All right, when we come back, closing arguments to send you on your way live at Gold PDX on Southeast Hawthorne and 18th in Southeast Portland. 105.1 The Fan.
The Fan.
All right, that's going to do it for us. Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. A programming update. I did tease Danny about it a second ago. I'll be out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday next week. The wife and I are headed to L.A. to celebrate her uncle's birthday. I couldn't turn down a free stay in Malibu, Danny.
Well, I mean, you shouldn't.
I couldn't. I just couldn't do it. And then I forgot that we had Juneteenth off. So I'm only working Thursday, babe.
Attaboy.
Senioritis right now.
Yeah, just kick it in.
Heavy. Although, dude, Here's the biggest problem, and I can't believe this is the issue, and this is why I need closing arguments to help settle this. All I want to do is watch the World Cup. That's all I want to do. And if you look at the games coming up, like if you just look at days, okay, so Monday, all right, I head out Sunday. Well, let's start Sunday. I head out Sunday. At 10 a.m. is Germany, 4 is Cote d'Ivoire, 1 is the Netherlands, and Sweden in the night game. In terms of the teams in each game that I want to watch, I got to fly during that.
Better get the Wi-Fi.
Okay, on Monday, Spain plays at 9 a.m. Belgium at noon against Mo Salah. Uruguay at 3. New Zealand with Finn Sermon at 6. Like, dude, I'm trying to relax in Malibu, and I'm too busy trying to watch stupid football.
Yeah, well, relax in Malibu watching football.
I am taking the Apple TV with me.
So that shouldn't be too hard for you to figure out.
I'm taking it with me.
I did figure out why Bosnia is up in this game.
Why?
Because Canada's national animal is a beaver. Do you know what Bosnia's is?
What?
The Tornjak.
I don't even know what that is, but it sounds
big
intimidating.
old sheepdog. It's that or the gray wolf. You taking the sheepdog or the wolf or the beaver?
I mean, who doesn't love a good beaver? But I'm going to take the sheepdog and a wolf.
Right? Meanwhile, Canada's out here. The Canadian horse and the North American beaver.
And Fish and I were wondering if Justin Trudeau and Katy Perry are here. We did have a couple Canadians roll in during commercial break. So they're finally starting to show. Maybe they realize that they need some good juju in this, because Bosnia, it just went to halftime right now. Bosnia-Herzegovina up 1-0. Look, we're already in day 2 of the World Cup, and this would be a wild upset. This would be a massive upset if Bosnia holds on to this game. It really would.
Saudi Arabia's national animal? Camel.
Well, I think the camel might be one of the most underrated animals you can find. Canada is extremely versatile. Extremely versatile.
I hate camels.
Why do you hate camels?
I got bit by a camel when I was in the Middle East.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
I punched him in the face.
You mess with a camel, you're going,
I was just chilling there. He bit me on the shoulder, bit me hard. I turned around and punched him.
Probably didn't like the way you smelled, man.
Probably not. I was probably pretty stinky at that point in time.
Now, when you ride...
Camels are jerks.
When you ride a camel, do you ride on the hump or do you ride in between
the
humps?
in between.
Right in, yeah, it's like a natural saddle?
Yeah, there's different kinds of camels. There's one that has the big hump, and then there's one that has the split hump.
Have you seen Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade?
Yeah.
When Indiana sends Jonathan Rhys Meyers to go get horses, he says, "No camels." And then he shows up and he goes, Indy, I got 2 camels. He goes, I said no camels. I think of camels every time of that.
Camels are versatile, man.
Super versatile.
They're great for the desert.
Are they okay in a fight?
I mean, they're big.
I mean, not against a wolf, probably.
No. But have you actually seen a camel up close?
I have not.
They're like a moose in that you're like, oh, yeah, no, they're big. And then you see them and you're like, why are you 9 feet tall?
Now,
they're huge.
Now, when camels spit... is it just water or is it gross saliva?
I've never really paid that much attention to it. Llamas
don't they spit?
Yeah, but llamas are the ones that really spit. Those are the nasty ones.
Okay, so the llamas, if there's a spit competition, the llamas defeat the camels.
It's just nasty.
It's all nasty.
Yeah.
Dude, spitting's gross. I do it all the time,
No.
it's gross.
It is.
I do not do it in front of certain people.
Oh, well, sure.
The ladies, more importantly.
Yeah, you don't ever get one when you're driving on the road and get a...
What's more beneficial to you, the spit or the snot rocket? This got gross real quick.
Yeah, I'd go. I'm more of a... I don't like doing the thing with the nose, man.
Dude, I think the snot rocket is so crucial for me.
I mean, sometimes you got to.
I don't know if your nose is screwed up now because it's all fixed.
No, that's the thing. It's I'm good now. I used to.
So I have this weird thing. I've been hit in the face in the same spot on my nose twice.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Once by a hammer and once by an elbow.
I know.
Okay.
But I feel like the number's really low.
I mean, it is just 2, yeah.
It's only 2?
It's only 2, yeah.
Okay.
And after that happened, I have solid that comes out of the right and only liquid that comes out of the left. So to me, the rocket is really important.
That seems like you should probably go get that looked at.
I know, right? But I have no problems breathing.
I don't think you're supposed to have 2 factory pipes going in there. I think the pipe's supposed to be the same.
Do you think that's why sometimes... Do you think that's why sometimes we're in commercial breaks and you're like, bro, I can hear you wheezing?
Yeah, probably.
It's like I'm not wheezing. It's just I can't breathe.
Your pipes aren't working?
The doctors did tell me that my lungs are at 99% capacity.
Yeah, but what about your nose?
Yeah, I don't know about that.
It's like, yeah, it's cool. You got a 100-gallon tank, but if you're piping it through like a quarter-inch pipe, that'd do you a whole lot of good.
I have to get glasses soon too. So maybe I need to just fix my nose, fix my eyes. My ears are in good shape.
There you
go. My voice is in decent shape. It's no Fletcher Johnson, but my voice is in good shape.
I mean, he's got the pipes.
He's got the pipes. He's saying goodbye. We're all jealous. We love that man.
He's not going anywhere.
Hey,
he's coming back.
He's going to get his USA gear on.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, he's going to go hard on the stars and stripes. Well, use this opportunity to thank our friends here at Gold PDX on Hawthorne. It's a beautiful afternoon out here. Canada's at halftime with Bosnia-Herzegovina down 1-0 in the so far upset of the tournament. We'll see how that goes in the next 45 minutes. But I can't tell you enough. The people here at Goal have been absolutely fantastic.
Awesome.
We want to thank our friends over at Cricket Wireless as well for how great they have been. They've got a bunch of activations going on out there. It sounds like rumor on the street is they got a pretty nice giveaway they're going to do later tonight. So you'll want to come down and check that out. I didn't even finish my second beer, Danny. Are you proud of me?
Well, no, because you're going to have 4 more.
Maybe I'll have 4 more.
Yeah.
That's a stretch. I got to drive home.
Yeah, I know, but you're going to be here a long time.
Closing Arguments brought to you by Leskin Law. Visit leskinlaw.com for more information. Leskin Law's one-day divorce mediation, peace treaties, not war plans. That'll do it for us. I'll catch you guys later next week. Enjoy the weekend. Be safe out there and have a wonderful World Cup. For Danny Marang, that's Casey Smith back home doing the heavy lifting. I'm Patrick Harris. Go do something I would do.
Bye.